But I will say, I thought our effort was good. I thought we were physical. I don't think that our execution was close to where it needs to be.
Well, that's a good sign because they looked pretty good in that game. They ended up putting up 5. Of course, one was into an empty net, but yeah, they got the saves at critical times in that game, and they did they did a lot of the important things that they needed to in order to win. That save it was on Lundell. It was right off the bat. It was in one of the first shifts of the game, and shot came from the right wing side. Lundell got to the rebound. Lundell has yet to score in this series, in this playoff, but he's got 4 assists. He doesn't have any goals. He's playing an elevated role without Sam Bennett in their lineup. Serviceable player, decent player. They're probably a different-looking team with Bennett in there. We do not see him out there right now for warm-ups, but that save right there just sets the tone right away, right? You look at the bench, and you're like, all right, Swayman's got us here today, boys. Let's make sure we're going, make sure we're ready to play, making sure we're doing the types of things that we need to do. And when you break down the whole game, it was probably a little bit better than Jim Montgomery thought. He actually admitted that as much this morning because they did a lot of good things, but there were a few areas that they want to clean up, as there always are. But good start for the Bruins. They also started out 5-1 win over Toronto in Game 1, and Toronto came back and won Game 2. So, making sure that every game you just turn the page and you get ready for the next one. Doesn't matter what the score was the game before. Doesn't matter what happened the game before in terms of, style of play or anything like that. You just turn the page, and now, this one takes on a life of its own.
Florida made its push early in the third period in Game 1 when the Bruins were leading 3-1. Montgomery used his timeout to get the team to focus.
I just wanted us to relax, be calm, have poise, and execute. I thought that I could tell players were hurried, a little frantic with the puck. We had opportunities to make plays, saw a couple of icings, so I just thought it would be a good time to, just reset.
Yeah, I loved it. We started talking about it before we saw he was taking a timeout. Not the actual timeout part. We were saying that, okay, wait a second. This team needs to hit a little reset button here. I think we started talking about it right away on that last whistle. And Jim Montgomery knew it. They were getting outshot 11-1 at the time. Yeah, the one shot that the Bruins did have was that mini breakaway there from David Pastrnak, right, on a turnover by the Florida Panthers, which they had quite a few of. But they were back on their heels. They weren't making plays. They were dumping pucks out. They were icing pucks. The coverage was shoddy. They weren't anywhere near where they needed to be in order to protect the lead in the third period. And I say protect the lead, but play the way that you need to in the third period to preserve a lead and maybe expand on it. And that's exactly what they did after Montgomery called the timeout. Doesn't always work, but the guys responded, and right after that, it was Brazo's goal.
Montgomery said Game 1 looked a little different when he had a chance to review the tape.
Probably felt a little bit better about our game, but still, too many icings, not playing north quick enough, not enough puck support to gain lines and get into the offensive zone.
Icings have plagued them all year. I think it plagues a number of teams, but it gets magnified in the playoffs. It gets magnified if you're not winning faceoffs. So if you're icing the puck and you're continually coming back into your own zone, maybe you're a little bit tired, maybe you're a little fatigued, maybe you don't have the right personnel out there. The opposing team, in this case Florida, has the choice what side they want to go on. Their stronger side, they're bringing out one of their top centermen to take the draw, to gain possession of the puck. It hurt them twice against Toronto. Icings that led to goals against off of faceoffs. And at least possession and then a goal, where they never got out of their own zone. So all those little things become magnified, especially when the game is really close, especially as the series goes on. That's something that they would like to clean up. Some icings you can't help. You're trying to make a long pass, hops over somebody's stick, nothing you can do there. But, just like in the turnover section of the game, there's forced turnovers, there's unforced errors and unforced turnovers. And those are the ones you need to clean up. And I throw unforced errors, I throw icings right in there.
Justin Brazo helped ice Game 1 in the third period, scoring his first career Stanley Cup playoff goal. And he steadily improved after getting back in the lineup late in the Maple Leaf series.
Regular season's one thing, and playoffs is a completely different animal. And to be out for whatever it was, 3-4 weeks, and to get thrown right in like that, it kind of comes at you quick. It was just kind of picking up on the pace and settling in.
Well, he's not known as a fast player, fast skater. I could tell how surprised you were when he got moving up the ice, turned on the jets, and then finish it off with a beauty. We know he's got the hands around the net. We know he's got the big body. He can protect pucks. He can get in there on the forecheck. He's probably not going to run people over necessarily, but he does get in the way and he does bump people, and he uses that frame pretty well for himself. And that's something he has to do, and that's why he's in there. That's why he's gained the trust. He can make good plays coming out of the zone. He can be trusted in those areas, and they like what he can do around the front of the net. He's going to play second power play unit here today. They're going to load up a little bit on the first power play. They're putting Pastrnak and Marchand back together on that top power play with McAvoy back at the point. But the second power play's got a little bit of a different look. They'll move Geekie there. They've got James Van Riemsdyk. They've got Brazo. You've got Zaka, and then you've got Lohrei out at the top. And we'll talk a lot more about Lohrei as we move forward here. But, that's a much different looking power play than what maybe it looked like at the beginning of the year. So, riding the guys that are doing the job right now.
2 Bruins rookies delivered goals in the series opener, which included the game winner from Bruins defenseman Mason Lohrei. And Charlie McAvoy said Lohrei is learning on the fly.
It looks like he's sort of finding his stride as we go. I know that he's a confident kid, but he's shown a lot of maturity playing in the playoffs and some of the situations that he's been in, and he's really thrived. He's flourished, and I think now you're seeing, he's starting to feel a little more comfortable, and he can make special plays, like he did a couple times last night. So just want to keep encouraging him and supporting him in whatever way we can, and look forward to him growing.
Yeah, more than just the goal. The goal was great. Great shot, right? And it came off of offensive zone pressure. Pinch. They get possession of the puck, and he gets a pass from Wotherspoon, and, great finish. But more than that, moving the puck up the ice, using his skating ability, using his lateral movement at the offensive blue line. He's got, he's a tall, kind of lanky kid. But he's got a good reach, but his skating ability is what kind of sets him apart in what he's able to do there. We've talked about it a lot. As long as he's hard in his own zone and makes hard plays, being firm in certain areas in his own zone and in certain areas of the ice, he'll get better and better. The coaches like the way that he wants to learn, wants to listen, and continue to get better and better. But there's no question, he's got swagger, he's got confidence, and especially with the puck and moving offensively.
Here's what's brewing. Introducing Sparked Energy by Dunkin'. Available in 2 delicious flavors, Berry Burst and Peach Sunshine. Drop by or order on the Dunkin' app today. Fruit flavored, contains 0% fruit juice, caffeine from caffeine and guarana. Participation may vary, limited time offer. Later on the Dunkin' Bruins pregame show, we'll take a look around the NHL where the Rangers have stayed perfect in the playoffs.
Zibanejad towards the net, knocked down, Trocheck scores! He scores! Vincent Trocheck wins game 2 in double overtime.
We'll hear from head coach Jim Montgomery.
I thought we reloaded really well. I thought we were above them all night long, and I think that led to us being able to not spend so much time in our D zone.
And up next, we'll take a closer look at the Panthers.
Lindholm across for McAvoy up the boards. Beecher didn't get to him. Barkov took it away. Kachuk, a shot, and he scores! Matthew Kachuk gets the Panthers on the board.
That's coming up next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local New England Honda dealers.
Exmark mowers are known for their signature cut quality, legendary dependability, and an operator experience unlike any other. Because if something's worth doing, it's worth doing right. Don't miss out on limited time savings going on now at your local dealer.
Now you'll save on Cox Internet when you add Cox Mobile. So whether you're playing a game at home,
Yes, goal.
or attending one live, you'll save on Cox Internet when you add Cox Mobile at cox.com/internet. Other restrictions apply.
Groceries, check. Clean bathroom, check. Take out the trash, check. Lawn care? You know what? I'll let True Green take this one. True Green is the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour. They'll give you a pro-level lawn and the guaranteed lowest price thanks to their verified price match. The best lawn, the best price, guaranteed. Check, check, check. Visit TrueGreen.com to make your to-do list a whole lot better.
Do your employees have fears about job security due to the advancements that AI is bringing to the workplace? Do you know how to alleviate those concerns while upskilling your workforce to embrace AI's functionality and efficiencies? Discover how your HR peers are responding to these issues at SHRM 24, the world's largest HR conference, June 23rd through 26th in Chicago, or virtually. Learn more or explore more than 375 other sessions related to the HR topics and issues. Visit SHRM.org/SHRM24.
What a beautiful day in nature. Take it from a little bug like me. Nothing makes you feel more alive. Oh, whoa, I almost got frogged. That was a close call. But boy, do I feel capital A alive. Luckily for you humans, Nature's Way put that thrilling feeling of aliveness in a bottle. Nature's Way Alive Women's Multivitamin Gummies with 16 vitamins and minerals. Delicious multivitamins inspired by nature. Whoa, better luck next time, pal. Nature's Way.
Are you covered by Medicaid? Take steps to make sure you and your family stay covered. It's easy. All you need to do is keep your contact information up to date so the state can reach you when it's your turn to renew. Be sure to watch for mail from the state of Rhode Island, then take action right away. If you have health insurance through Medicaid, it's easy to make sure you stay covered. To learn more or get help with your Medicaid renewal, visit staycovered.ri.gov. That's staycovered.ri.gov.
The home of the Revs, the Sports Hub.
The final seconds will tick away in this one as Forbert has it for the Bruins, plays it up the far side of the ice. The horn sounds. That's it for Game 1. The Bruins win 5-1 here in Sunrise, and they take Game 1 of this second-round series. A 5-1 win for Boston tonight.
Welcome back to the Duncan Bruins pregame show. Panthers head coach Paul Maurice didn't mind the first period in Game 1, but felt his team overall looked slow.
Yeah, there's people that say, well, maybe they were a little bit rusty, and you come off the 5-game series win against the Tampa Bay Lightning. Well, the Rangers had the same thing. They're up 2-0 on Carolina. So I mean, there's a couple different ways to look at it. Teams handle it different ways. But when I watched Florida in that Game 1, Judd, I mean, there were certain things that stood out to me. Number one, individually, Aaron Ekblad struggled. And him and Forsling were not that good in that game. And Ekblad, he was -2. He played 19 minutes in that game. It's the lowest number he's played here in the playoffs. He's usually up over 20. You're wondering if there's an injury there. You wonder if there's something bothering him. He was on for 3 out of the 5 Bruins goals against, and he was chasing. I mean, he was the guy that we thought should have been called for at least a penalty, or Pastrnak should have got a penalty shot when he was in alone, and he was reaching there. Guys were getting in behind him in that game, and he's an important piece. He's an important part of this defense for Florida and what they can bring night in and night out. Now, he wasn't alone. I mean, I thought certain guys were pretty quiet. Certain top players that they have were pretty quiet. Kachuk had a goal there in the second period. I thought the Bruins mishandled that puck a little bit, misplayed that try to break out there. And sometimes it's not the guys that have the puck on their stick. Sometimes it's the guy that's circling and not facing the puck and not making himself and presenting a stick there to help out the D. And I thought that was the case in that goal. But Kachuk was the recipient, and it glanced off of, as you pointed out when it happened, it glanced off of Lindholm's leg and went in far side there on Swayman. But the Bruins, so Florida's known as a forechecking team, and they still are. And they're going to get in there. They're going to try to cause turnovers, but they turned the puck over a bunch of times in the first period and throughout that game. Ekblad was the first guy that we noticed turning a puck over. That led to Pasternak's mini breakaway in the first period, where he picked off a pass and walked in alone and tried to go 5-hole. So that's an area I look for the Bruins to continue to establish with their forecheck, with their physicality, and try to really pin Florida back against the wall as much as they possibly can here, because it seemed like a bit of a weakness for Florida. That being said, most people expect the Panthers to be much better here today.
Maurice said the underlying analytics of the game in the first game of the series were actually pretty good for the Panthers.
I think we're 8 minutes over on pure puck in zone time, and we're 3 minutes over them on pure possession time. Our possession time numbers were good. Theirs were low. Part of that is that we fed a couple of pizzas up and they were in the back of the net. There wasn't a lot of zone time on those. We touched it, gave it to them. They scored. So we want to control the pucks better, that we don't break out. So you're not going back and getting it out. Neither are they. We're an elite forechecking team. But on the ones that you don't get out that turn into scrums, you can't have chaos out there. So that would be the area. Be better in control when we don't break a puck out.
100%. The Bruins, when they don't get a puck out, the Bruins can spend some time in their own zone. They're pretty structured in that area. They're pretty comfortable playing back there. You don't want to make a habit of it, but they're pretty. It's not a man-on-man running around all over the place and you're chasing guys down. It's a much different kind of look in their D zone. And so if teams do have the puck and you're a little bit tired and they have the puck in the offensive end, maybe you're just keeping it to the outside and you're not attacking as much as you want to because you're a little fatigued, but you're also controlling the middle of the ice and keeping things to the outside. So those numbers can be a little skewed in that area. That being said, from the Bruins standpoint, that's something that they want to do. Get going north and play with that puck possession in the offensive end and make teams work defensively.
Kyle Poso said the Panthers' execution has to be a lot better in Game 2.
You never want to dip your toe into a series, but they're coming off a 7-game series. They're in a bit of a rhythm, and we had a week off. But I thought that they played well. It seemed like they played to their game plan and were sharp. And we just had a few too many breakdowns tonight, and they capitalized on them.
Yeah, nobody in that locker room panicking, right? They went all the way to finals last year. Pozo wasn't with them, but they went to the finals last year. They know what they have to do to get back into this thing. They felt that the Bruins were, running on that adrenaline and still had the intensity level up to where they needed it, and they didn't match it. And if you look at the game, I think, throw analytics aside, I think just the eye test tells you that and not just the 5-1 score, but Florida was off in a number of areas, and the Bruins were good. And most people, and in fact everybody probably, expects Florida to be much better here today.
Time for the Catchuslaw Health Report. Danton Heinen and Andrew Peak are both out with undisclosed injuries. Both skated again this morning here in Sunrise. Matt Patra on LTIR after shoulder surgery. Catchuslaw, the official law firm of the Boston Bruins, has won over $2 billion for its clients. When you're injured and can't work, turn to Catchuslaw. There's no fee unless you win. Go to catchuslaw.com to schedule your free consultation today. Joe Murray has your Sports Hub headlines next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local New England Honda dealers.
The Coca-Cola Company, Keurig Dr. Pepper, and PepsiCo are bringing consumers more choices with less sugar than ever before. From sparkling, flavored, and bottled waters to zero-sugar sports drinks, teas, and sodas, consumers are taking advantage of these choices. In fact, nearly 60% of beverages sold contain zero sugar. To learn more, visit balanceus.org.
What a beautiful day in nature. Take it from a little bug like me. Nothing makes you feel more alive. Oh, whoa, I almost got frogged. That was a close call. But boy, do I feel capital A alive. Luckily for you humans, Nature's Way put that thrilling feeling of aliveness in a bottle. Nature's Way Alive Women's Multivitamin Gummies with 16 vitamins and minerals. Delicious multivitamins inspired by nature. Whoa, better luck next time, pal. Nature's Way.
Why choose a Sleep Number smart bed?
Can I make my side softer?
Can I make my side firmer whenever I want? Can we sleep cooler?
Sleep Number does that. Cools up to 8 times faster and lets you choose your ideal comfort on either side. 94% of Sleep Number smart sleepers report better sleep. And now save 50% on the Sleep Number limited edition smart bed, plus free home delivery when you add an adjustable base. Ends Sunday. To find a store near you, visit sleepnumber.com.
With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, banking with Capital One is the easiest decision in the history of decisions. Kind of like choosing Derek Jeter as the pinch hitter for your baseball team.
Jeter, you're in. We need a home run.
I'll give it a try. I've swung a bat once or twice.
That's out of here. Yep, even easier than that. With no fees or minimums and no overdraft fees, is it even a decision? That's banking reimagined. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank for details. Capital One NA, member FDIC.
The only place to hear the game. The Sports Hub. Sports Hub headlines.
The Red Sox play in Atlanta tonight, and they'll see old friend Chris Sale, who makes the start for the Braves. Nick Pivetta makes his return and will be on the mound for Boston. The Celtics took care of Cleveland in Game 1, 120-95. Game 2 is on Wednesday night. There is another game in the NBA playoffs tonight as the Pacers play Game 2 in New York. They trail 1-0, and the NBA MVP will be awarded shortly. Nikola Jokic is the favorite. Headlines are brought to you by Valvoline. It's an oil change. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit NewEnglandOilChange.com for 15% off your next drive-through oil change at Valvoline. It's an oil change now open in Rainham, Reading, and Braintree. I'm Joe Murray. Jen and Bob take you around the NHL next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local New England Honda dealer.
Are you covered by Medicaid? Take steps to make sure you and your family stay covered. It's easy. All you need to do is keep your contact information up to date so the state can reach you when it's your turn to renew. Be sure to watch for mail from the state of Rhode Island, then take action right away. If you have health insurance through Medicaid, it's easy to make sure you stay covered. To learn more or get help with your Medicaid renewal, visit staycovered.ri.gov. That's staycovered.ri.gov.
Looking to consolidate your debt, lower your interest rate, or need to borrow money? We can help. Borrow up to $50,000 with a personal loan from Westerly Community Credit Union. With our low rates, you can enjoy one monthly payment you can afford. Apply today at westerlyccu.com/loan. Visit one of our branches located in Wakefield, Westerly, Richmond, or Coventry. Or call 401-596-7000 today.
The games play here.
Nieto, he'll scramble in, feed to the high slot. Carlson send it out in front. Nieto a shot, and that tip denied by Omar, who scrambled left to right.
Jones with a reset, leans forward, takes the snap from Andrews, drops back, stands in, throws it back shoulder. Myers catches the 45 near side, tackled by Sherman. Boy, they're going to work against the former All-Pro.
You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub. Stay tuned for more.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
The Honda you want is here, so drive in the moment with the versatile CR-V or Accord, both named a Car and Driver 10 Best. And when you're driving a Honda, you're driving the brand named Kelley Blue Book's KBB.com Best Value Brand for 2023.
See dealer for financing details. Car and Driver December 2023 based on 2023 brand image awards from Kelley Blue Book. Visit KBB.com for more information.
Felger and Maz, afternoons 2 to 6 on the Sports Hub.
Time for Beers and Me to take a look around the NHL. Today, the Ottawa Senators introduced their new head coach, Travis Green. Here's GM Steve Staios.
I guess a little bit of relief, but also excitement. I think when you enter into the process like this and you're going through the candidates and their personality and their strengths and their, what they bring, not always do you land on what we feel is a perfect fit for our group. And more excitement, but also this is a massive step for our organization.
In addition, the St. Louis Blues dropped the interim tag on head coach Drew Bannister in St. Louis. Meanwhile, later tonight, Game 1 between the Oilers and Canucks in Vancouver. Head coach Rick Tocchet wants the Canucks to dictate style.
To me, we just, you heard Millsy say we got to play our style of hockey. We can't change for different teams. Obviously, Edmonton, we got to tweak some things. Obviously, the neutral zone they're one of the best neutral zone teams. They go to the net as good as everybody in the league. So those are two areas that we got to make sure we're clean on.
Yeah, this is a lot of eyes in Canada on this one, right? Edmonton taking on the Vancouver Canucks. Both teams have high-powered offenses, but both teams have gotten it done in different ways here in the playoffs. You've got his last name Shilov's playing in net for the Vancouver Canucks. He was the third-string goalie coming in, although he was highly touted. But, they're not going with DeSmith, and they got the injury to Demko, so Shilov's is playing, and he's played well for them.
Last night in Game 2 between the Rangers and the Hurricanes, the Rangers stayed perfect.
There's the Vanderjagt back into the Hurricane zone down the left side. Puck taken away by Burns. Kept alive by Kreider. Sending it back out for a shot. It's blocked. Vanderjagt towards the net. Knocked down. Trocheck scores! He scores! Vincent Trocheck wins game 2 in double overtime and is bombed by his Ranger teammates.
Yeah, it was a power play goal. Trocheck drew the penalty to Brady Shea. A lot of controversy right now. Should it have been a penalty? Should it not have been? They called a ton of penalties in that game. It was a wild game. They went at it, those two teams. And it ends up going to double overtime. I think it's split right now. Should have been, should have not have been. But they called the penalty. They tried to be consistent all night long. Carolina not too happy. They're going to go back home down 2-0.
Miles Wood capped the Avalanche rally in game 1.
Sam Girard creates some space for Cogliano. Finally, he clears Miles Wood in space. He's got some speed. Wood towards the net. He scores! Reach for the sky!
Yeah, Miles Wood gets the goal. It looked a little bit like Brazo's goal. He came down the left wing, though, this time, and he reached across, got to the backhand, but what a comeback for Colorado. They were down 3-0 in this game early. Could have been 4-0. Josh Manson saved a goal right at the tail end of the first period, and then they slowly came back, got back into it, and eventually Colorado comes out on top.
In a moment, we'll have Beardsley's conversation with the head coach, Jim Montgomery, on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins radio network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local New England Honda dealers.
Exmark mowers are known for their signature cut quality, legendary dependability, and an operator experience unlike any other. Because if something's worth doing, it's worth doing right. Don't miss out on limited time savings going on now at your local dealer.
Does your money work hard for you? Earn more with an e-checking account from Westerly Community Credit Union. Get a crazy high interest rate, plus there's no monthly fee, no minimum balances, and you get up to $20 each month in free ATMs. Visit us online at westerlyccu.com/e-checking or visit one of our branches to open an account today.
Rent a clean, dry, ground-level storage container from Eagle Leasing today. Call 1-800-GET-EAGLE or visit us at eagleleasing.com. I'm Mike Eagle. You see us everywhere.
In a world filled with financial information, Citizens can help you make sense of it. So whether you're listening to that new financial podcast that's hotter than your morning coffee, flipping through that financial guru's 1,000-page book on simple finances, or getting tips from a coworker that actually sound kind of interesting, you're ready to make the most of it. Make sense of your money with Citizens. Learn more at citizensbank.com/made-ready.
The home of the Bees, the Sports Hub.
Welcome back to the Bruins pregame show. We're joined by head coach Jim Montgomery. Monty, as you get set here for game 2. You guys were able to cause a lot of problems for them as well in that offensive zone when you attacked, and they turned the puck over quite a bit in that game 1. Obviously, part of your strategy.
Yeah, I thought our checking skills were really good. I thought we were fast on top of pucks, and I thought our sticks were really good on the forecheck.
When you talk about moving north, because their forecheck can be really good, they dump the puck in a lot. How do you get that? What's the read? You chip on the guy that dumps it in, but that first defenseman back is such an important first touch.
Yeah, the first touch has got to go, right? And then we got to win our races to spots. But for us, playing north is more neutral zone and more once they've had O-zone time. That when we get the puck on a turnover because of our D-zone coverage, we got to go north.
You know, power play, you're trying to get that going a little bit after a strong start in the first round, but the penalty killing continues to be strong for you, as well as your goaltending. You know, what's been the key there?
I think sticks. I think Joe Sacco's plan, up ice, off face-offs, and in zone, like all four guys are working together, and Sway's been great.
Understanding that you're more worried about your team than them, knowing that they're going to come out hard, but what is your message to your team here as you head into game 2? You had all that adrenaline heading into game 1. You know, you had a couple days to get ready here.
Yeah, we got to make sure we're working the same way. I thought we reloaded really well. I thought we were above them all night long, and I think that led to us being able to not spend so much time in our D zone.
Appreciate it, Monty. Good luck here tonight.
Thank you.
That's head coach Jim Montgomery. Bruins, Panthers, game 2 is next.
This is Boston Bruins hockey, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V, available at your local New England Honda dealers.
Cross to Esposito, shot, Cam Neely, wow.
Nathan Horton wins game 7 in overtime.
Bruins are brought to you by Duncan. America runs on Duncan. Apex Entertainment Center, VA New England. Granite City Electric GCE Nitrate. Valvoline Instant Oil Change. New Hampshire Liquor and Wine Outlet. Live Nation. Nissan. Avidia Bank. Massachusetts Health Connector. Peerless Boilers. Coors Banquet. And by Shaw's and Star Market.
Backhand, it'll save Thomas. Jeremy Swayman celebrates his first NHL shutout.
And by Catches Law, TD Bank, Ticketmaster, Town Fair Tire, Removal Pro, Prince Edward Island, Canada, your New England Ford dealers, Charles D. Sheehy, UMass Lowell, Timberline Construction, Service Credit Union, Endless Energy, and by DraftKings Sportsbook.
Back to Orr. Put in. His 100th point. Backhand score. A penalty shot for Raymond Bourque.
Bergeron! And the Bruins win the series! The Boston Bruins are headed to the Stanley Cup Final for the third time this decade.
Now, here's Judd Surratt and Bob Beers.
Tonight, the Boston Bruins are looking to take the first two games in this series on the road in Florida and improve to 4-1 on the road in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Beersy, we're only going to see one change for the Bruins here tonight. Jesper Boqvist in, Patrick Brown out.
Yeah, the rest of the lineup stays the same. They said that Jesper Boqvist was out because of something injury-related in the last game, in Game 1. I think when you come into this game, Judd, I mean, number one, you expect Florida to have a push early. You want to be able to answer it. You know, you can talk about it all you want, but you expect Florida to have a push early. How do the Bruins handle that push? And then as the game goes on, you know, how are they breaking pucks out? How are they handling the forecheck? That's the number one thing Florida counts on in games. There are certainly other areas that are good for them, but, I mean, they put such an emphasis on getting the puck behind the D and establishing, you know, forecheck, putting Boston's or whatever team they're playing back against the wall. The Bruins were decent last game at breaking pucks out and not allowing them to establish it. In fact, they did a lot of it at the other end of the ice. But forcing Florida to defend, forcing Florida to have to dump the puck in and then make a line change as opposed to dumping it in and establishing their forecheck is going to be a big part of, I think, this entire series.
We'll drop the puck here in Sunrise for Game 2 when we return on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local New England Honda dealers.
Looking to consolidate your debt, lower your interest rate, or need to borrow money? We can help. Borrow up to $50,000 with a personal loan from Westerly Community Credit Union. With our low rates, you can enjoy one monthly payment you can afford. Apply today at westerlyccu.com/loan. Visit one of our branches located in Wakefield, Westerly, Richmond, or Coventry, or call 401-596-7000 today.
Do your employees have fears about job security due to the advancements that AI is bringing to the workplace? Do you know how to alleviate those concerns while upskilling your workforce to embrace AI's functionality and efficiencies? Discover how your HR peers are responding to these issues at SHRM 24, the world's largest HR conference, June 23rd through 26th in Chicago, or virtually. Learn more or explore more than 375 other sessions related to the HR topics and issues. Visit shrm.org/
What so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watch, were so gallantly streaming. Was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
National anthems completed, getting set for Game 2 between the Panthers and the Bruins. We take a look at our starting lineups here tonight. In goal for Florida, Sergei Bobrovsky. On defense, the pairing of Dmitry Kulikov and Oliver Ekman-Larsson. And up front, Carter Verhaeghe, Matthew Tkachuk, and they're centered by Alexander Barkov. For the Bruins, Jeremy Swayman is in goal, Mason Lohrei and Brandon Carlo, your defensemen. And up front, James Van Riemsdyk, Justin Brazeau, and they're centered by Trent Frederick. The starting lineup is brought to you by DraftKings Sportsbook. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app and use code SportsHub. New customers can bet $5 to get $150 instantly in bonus bets only with DraftKings SportsHub with code SportsHub. The crown is yours.
The first 5 minutes are presented by your New England Ford dealers and F-Series, America's best-selling trucks with 47 straight banners to prove it. Bruins working left to right here in this opening stanza. Wearing the white jerseys, black numbers and letters outlined in Centennial Gold. The Panthers in their home reds, white numbers, white letters, and blue pants. They drop the puck. It's banged over to the far side, and Game 2 is underway. Frederick rattled Kulikov with a check right off the faceoff. Held in high slot. Here's Kulikov. Wrister, it's deflected down, and Swayman the save as Tkachuk is escorted out of the way by a couple of Bruins.
Yeah, that puck got tipped on the way in, so the Bruins try to wrap that puck around after the dump in. And Florida with a good pinch. They're still going at it down there around the front of the net. Brazo's in there, and Carlo, they're both battling with Tkachuk. We'll see what they call out of all this. Well, the referee's calling somebody.
Tkachuk had his helmet taken off. Does that mean only one guy's going?
Penalty, number 55, 2 minutes, removing the opponent.
2 minutes removing the helmet.
So 17 seconds in, the Bruins are going shorthanded.
Tkachuk gave Swayman a little shot with his right hand as Swayman covered that puck up. That's what drew the crowd. Everything seemed to be over with, and all of a sudden, Tkachuk kept it going by pushing Carlo, and Brazeau came in and ripped off his helmet. I don't know.
Panthers 0 for 3 on the power play in Game 1. And Barkov wins the draw. Here's Montour to the right point, Reinhart. Back up top for Montour. Now right point grab by Tkachuk. He attacks to the right dot. Fed into the right corner. The captain Barkov wheels it up top. Right point Barkov. Right of the net Tkachuk. Centered, and Verhaeghe has it stopped out in front by Swayman. Point blank, and the Bruins clear.
Set play and a good one. Verhaeghe backdoor coming from the left side. They're going to work this puck down low to Tkachuk, and that puck's not on his stick very long. It's zipped right across the goal mouth for Verhaeghe coming in backdoor.
Puck sent out in front again, and it's deflected over the glass far side and into the stands. Bruins short for another minute 25. We're scoreless, 52 seconds into the game. Sam Reinhart, Beersy, go ahead.
It's just, the penalty is like, Tkachuk initiates the whole thing. Twice. He kept it going. Once it was done, then he kept it going. But you see helmets get ripped off all the time in scrums. All the time.
Left circle Verhaeghe sent it across. Bruins got a stick in the lane. It's deflected over the corner glass. Derek Forbert, who played with Matthew Tkachuk in Calgary, mentioned this morning when we spoke that Matthew Tkachuk likes to get under an opponent's skin. That's what helps get him going. You have to ignore it.
It's exactly what he did. Like, he gave Swayman a little shot. I'm not saying that should be a penalty. And then everything's done, and then he gives Carlo a shot. And he keeps it going. But they only get the one. So, and I don't think either one of those should have been penalties. Don't get me wrong. I'm saying that he instigates it, which, and he's very good at it.
Puck batted beyond the Bruins net. It's Tkachuk. He'll dish it to the right point. Barkov. Puck on edge. High slot Montour. Swings over to the far side. Up top Montour. A shot coming in. Swayman a blocker save. Rebound. Chip to the far side. Held in just barely by the Panthers. They'll rim it back of the net. Bruins short for another 54 seconds. We're just barely underway here in Game 2.
Boy, Reinhart just passed up a shot from the slot area, did he not?
And the Bruins failed to clear. McAvoy had a chance with a rolling puck. It's deflected to the left point. Verhaeghe shot into the slot, hacked at, and the Bruins will guide it up the right side back into the Florida end. 30 seconds left on the Bruins penalty. Assessed to Brazeau. We've played almost 2 minutes here in game 2. Verhaeghe had his pocket picked. Here's Marchand tripped up, and the Bruins will get the goaltender off in a moment for the extra attacker.
Waste some time. You got 17 seconds remaining. Marchand lost the handle on it there.
So we'll
did the right thing by going down behind the net, but yeah, he got tripped up right at the blue line. Both referees had their arm up on that one.
Florida during the regular season, the most penalized team per game in the league, and second in the league in minors. So the faceoff will come down into the Florida end.
Yeah, Lundell got his stick in on the, looked like the right skate of Marchand.
17:57 left here in the first. Scoreless. And the faceoff will be, it looks like, in the right circle in the Florida end.
Bruins power play's gone a little quiet here the last few games, Judd. You know, they had that good start to the series against the Toronto Maple Leafs. But then they've gone a little bit quiet here over the last few games. By the way, Derek Forbert heading down to the Bruins locker room. He killed that last penalty. He might have taken a shot, trying to block a shot. This is 4-on-4 for 14 seconds, though.
Technically, the Bruins were credited with 2 power play chances in the first, but the last one was just a couple of seconds at the end of the game. Right point now, Marchand. He'll protect. Flings it toward the front of the net. That got blocked, and Florida looking to burst the other way. Lostarina nearly stripped to the puck. Got it out to the red line. Crunched against the wall by Coyle, and the Bruins will start their first man advantage. Out at center ice. Marchand almost had his pocket picked by Stenlund, with the Bruins making a few changes.
Yeah, he didn't realize Stenlund's pressure was right there on him.
He's a big kid, 6'5". Now Pasternak try to wheel in, muscled through a check, send it into the slot. The Bruins get it back. Marchand up top. Now to McAvoy, drifts right point, shoots. Bobrovsky the save, rebound, sent through the goal mouth by Marchand.
Yeah, almost an impossible angle. He would have to stop that and take a quick step to his left to try to finish that off. Had an opportunity, though.
DeBrusk walks it back in, stripped to the puck, and down it goes.
He was right on the goal line that time, Marchand was.
1 minute to go on this Bruins power play.
Off to the left of Bobrovsky. He had an open net, though.
And this puck chopped off of DeBrusk's stick. Swayman back. He'll dish it over to the near side for McAvoy, who drifts back into his own zone. Now McAvoy wheels ahead to the center circle. Flipped it over the line far side. Kachuk reaching for it. And he got a little help from Lostarinen. Here's Kachuk to the right circle. Knocked down by Marchand. He just pasted him. That's going to be on every highlight reel in tomorrow's shows.
Kachuk tried to go through the legs with that on the deke, and Marchand just buried him.
Oh, put that on the highlight reel. High slot now. Lohrei shoots, deflected just wide. Along the far wall, Kachuk drives it out. Barkov chasing, working against Zacha, the forward out in front. And Zacha stayed with him. Up the middle, here's Brazeau. 3 seconds left on the penalty to Lundell. And Forsling has the puck as Florida returns to full strength. Here's Forsling up the middle, out to center ice. So each team with a power play chance, neither team able to score, and we have an icing call here on Florida. Faceoff will come down to our right.
Only once did they really get set up in the offensive zone the way that they wanted to. And they end up getting the shot and the rebound. As McAvoy shot, the rebound comes to Marchand. The puck is rolling, and it's almost right on the goal line. And it was a blocked shot by Forbert, but we just got a pretty good replay of it. Marchand got Kachuk with a great hit.
Off the draw, Lindholm shot blocked. Sent out in front by Carlo, and it's gobbled up by Bobrovsky. 15:39 left here in the first, and we're scoreless.
And now Florida can get the line change that they want, at least the D pairing change that they want after the icing call.
Bruins have their fourth line out there. Boquist, Beecher, and Maroon.
But
Beecher's going to take the draw.
The face off, yeah.
Going to take it against Lawrence, so fourth line against fourth line.
They're kicking Beecher out because somebody moved from, one of the wingers moved into the circle, they said.
Boquist wins it. Beecher feeds it up top. Lindholm, a wrister, and that's deflected. To the far corner it goes. Beecher far side. Pounds it back of the net. Chasing is Boquist. Along the near side, Carlo pitches. It's gloved ahead. And the Panthers will drive it deep into the Bruins zone. We have an icing call as Lindholm beat Lawrence to the dots.
He did. It's not much. Just the fans are upset. That puck was close to not getting even to the goal line, though.
15:21 left here in the first, and we're scoreless.
Forbert is back out there. Got enough injury issues this year, huh?
He said this morning blocking a shot actually helps get him into the game, and he blocks a ton. Bruins win the draw. Forbert tried to dust it off. They'll backhand it to the far corner. Frederick dives in. Pounded over to the far side of Pozo. Couldn't get it out. Now Brazo to the left point. Sent out in front looking for Brazo on the shot by Forbert. And now Cousins will wheel the other way. Hounded by Van Riemsdyk. He'll pitch a backhand in. Just to the right of Swayman. Near corner, Ekman Larson down low. Sent it up the middle, off the skate, and it dribbles back into the Florida end. We played just over 5 minutes, and the game is scoreless. The puck sent into the Bruins zone. I think there were a few people who thought there should have been a penalty for too many men.
Yeah, it was a line change by the Bruins.
Now Wotherspoon chipped it over to the near side. The Bruins hack it up right wing and back into the Florida end. Out in the neutral zone, Stenlund had it off his skate. The Bruins grab it. Lorei banked it off the wall. DeBrusk swings it down low. Bobrovsky slows it. Far side, Mikkola took a bump. On the half wall, far side, DeBrusk chiseled it back of the net. Chasing his Coyle, inside position. Sent it out in front, and the Panthers give it away. Coyle, now Marchand shoots. Blocked out in front. Bobrovsky trying to find a loose puck, and it's scooped up by Stenlund.
Now DeBrusk came in there hard looking for that puck. Bobrovsky kept it out with the left pad. Got some help.
14 minutes left here in the scoreless first period of Game 2. Bruins and Panthers. The Bruins rattle it down low. Back of the Florida net, Forsland. Relayed over to the near side. Verhaeghe didn't get it out. Held in by the Bruins. High slot, Lindholm. His shot blocked. It bounces to the right corner. Pasternak trying to retrieve. Geeky's in there as well. Geeky had one of the 5 for the Bruins in Game 1. Now Lindholm swats it to the high slot, held in by Forsling. Shot it out in front, looking for a tip. It sails wide. Pasternak breaking, but the Bruins can't get the pass through the neutral zone. McAvoy over the line right side. Got around the Forsling check, lost the puck. And now the Panthers will speed the other way, up the far side, Verhaeghe. He'll flip it to the right of Swayman. Back to get it is Lindholm. Zipped it up the glass and back into the Florida end it goes. Bobrovsky out to play it between the hash marks. 13:07 left here in the first, and we're scoreless in Game 2. Out in the neutral zone, it's Beecher. Tries to wing it in, denied at the blue line. Maroon does the job. Far corner, Boquist chasing. Ekman Larson took a bump. And now Kulikov wheels his way out to center ice. At the red line, he'll feed it in. Far side, Forbert. Swats it back of the net. Wotherspoon chiseled it around, and Maroon bangs it over to the far side. Out to center ice, Forbert. It's deflected down low by the Bruins. Bruins will make some changes. Back of the net. Here's Mikkola. He'll speed ahead. Center circle. Wobbles the backhand to the near corner. Carlo lost an edge. Sent to the far side. Brazo trying to dig it free. Frederick sent it to Lorei. Back of the cage, Carlo. And the Bruins no problem exiting. Over the line right side, Van Riemsdyk. To Brazo. Returns Van Riemsdyk. Backhands out in front, and Frederick got a shot attempt away. Bobrovsky with a stick. Given away by Florida again. Along the near side, Van Riemsdyk. Up top, Carlo. Shoots. Blocked. In the slot. Reinhart muscled it back of the net.
That was a pretty decent passing play there. Frederick going to the net. Bobrovsky actually got it before the puck got to Frederick's stick.
Back of the Bruins net, it's Swayman. To Carlo. He'll bank it to the far side. The Bruins with an outlet, and out they come again. Here's Marchand over the line left side. Swatted off his stick by Ekblad. Back of the net, Bobrovsky. Got it to the end boards to Brust. Kicked it over to the near side. Here's Ekblad. He'll hoist it back out to center ice. Forbert's on it. Tailed by Cousins. Florida making a few changes. Lawrence tripped up. That's going to draw a penalty, and Florida going to the power play as Ekblad got leveled behind the play by Marchand. 11:26 left here in the first. The Bruins and the Panthers are scoreless. We'll take a timeout on the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network. driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local New England Honda dealers.
Jason Tatum plays here.
Tip the entry to Smart. No look, bounce pass to the cutter. Jason Tatum, who lays it up and in with the right hand. And the Celtics are dancing right now. They are Brogdon across half court. Hence fans headed for the exits. Tatum, pull up three. Good night. You know what MVPs do? They still got 29 in the left. Tatum to the right. Pulls up on LeBron. They're isolated. Right side of the floor. Tatum spins on the baseline. Turns. Fade. No! Get it!
This is the home of the Celtics. 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Do your employees have fears about job security due to the advancements that AI is bringing to the workplace? Do you know how to alleviate those concerns while upskilling your workforce to embrace AI's functionality and efficiencies? Discover how your HR peers are responding to these issues at SHRM 24, the world's largest HR conference, June 23rd through 26th in Chicago, or virtually. Learn more or explore more than 375 other sessions related to the HR topics and issues. Visit shrm.org/SHRM24.
Does your money work hard for you? Earn more with an e-checking account from Westerly Community Credit Union. Get a crazy high interest rate, plus there's no monthly fee, no minimum balances, and you get up to $20 each month in free ATMs. Visit us online at westerlyccu.com/e-checking or visit one of our branches to open an account today.
The first 5 minutes were brought to you by our New England Ford dealers and F-Series, America's best-selling trucks, with 47 straight banners to prove it. Well, the Bruins going shorthanded for the second time in the first 8.5 minutes. Jake DeBrusk off 2 for a trip.
Yeah, Lawrence had his back to DeBrusk. DeBrusk was coming on him. Lawrence knew he was coming. He tried to spin away from the hit and ends up getting tripped up.
Face-off near circle, the Bruins end. Bruins 4 for 4 thus far shorthanded in the series, and 24 of 25 in the Stanley Cup playoffs. Barkov kicked out of the draw. Verhaeghe will step in and take it. Bruins win it. Lindholm rims it around. That won't get out. Good read by Barkov. It's spun to the far corner. Tkachuk up top for Barkov. Center point Montour. Here it comes. That got blocked in the slot. The Bruins looking to outlet the puck. They chop it up the near side and out to the red line. Montour back in his zone end for Reinhart, who led the league during the regular season on the power play. He's got 3 goals here in the playoffs. Banged over the line to Verhaeghe. He'll wing it through the box. Zacha got a piece of it.
He had it picked off, but a puck hopped.
Now Montour center point. Right point Tkachuk to Montour. Here it comes. Kicked over to the near side. Verhaeghe with a shot. It's fluttering in the air and batted out. And now Zacha dished it into the right corner. He'll go chase himself.
I think they may have saved the goal there. That puck was behind Swayman. It looked like. We'll wait for the replay, but somebody knocked that puck out of midair.
And now here's actually a mishandle by Florida. They meant to send it back to Montour. He'll have to take it behind his net. Halfway through the kill for the Bruins. Scoreless here in game 2. 10:19 left here in the first period. Sent over the line to Tarasenko. Montour, right circle to the dot. It's fired. And Tkachuk is denied. And the puck skids to the high slot. Here's Montour. Flings far side. Tkachuk is passed to the middle. Deflects out.
Forbert twice. He blocked the first one, and that one goes off his leg and out of the zone.
Tkachuk gave it away, and the Bruins will backhand it all the way down. The Panthers here on the power play thus far in the playoffs, just under 19%. They were one of the best in the league during the regular season. Puck sent right to the net. Swayman the save, and the rebound rattled all the way down. 14 seconds left on the DeBrusk penalty. Here's Ekman-Larsson.
Frederick and Tkachuk were going at it on their way off the ice on that line change.
Ekman-Larsson drills it in. Referee ducks out of the way. 2 seconds left on the Bruins penalty. It's sent up the middle. The Bruins are going to get to it, and out they come as it's rolled back to the far circle in the Florida end. DeBrusk stays on the ice. He's out in front of Bobrovsky. Ekblad deals it over to the far side. Long right wing feed by Forsling. In it goes. Swayman stops it. Dish to the far corner. Lohrei spun it to the far side. DeBrusk stayed with his check. Didn't get it out. Geekie tries to pry it free. And the Panthers get to it. Now Cousins, high slot, shoots. And Swayman a kick save through some traffic. Left point Forsling. High slot Ekblad. Wrister sails well wide. Wotherspoon took a hit, sent it over to the near side. Cousins wrapped it behind the net. Stenlund had his pocket pick. Wotherspoon then lost it as he came over to the far post. Along the near side, Geekie trying to help out. Near corner, it's Cousins. Cousins near side. Geekie frees it. He'll fling it up the glass and all the way down. Pasternak racing for it. Oh, and they're going to give the tie to the home team. Aaron Ekblad was racing down there with David Pasternak.
Hoping for a look at that replay, Judd. On the power play, the Florida Panthers looked like they had a really good opportunity on a rebound chance. Puck may have deflected into the base of the left wing circle, and they took a whack at it, but the Bruins kept that puck out as it looked like it was behind Swayman. But it's not Nesson doing the game the replay.
Face off near circle. Montour flings to the far side. Pasternak got a piece of it off of his shin pad. Far corner, it's Verhaeghe off the icing. Back of the net, reaching for it is Tkachuk. Tkachuk, he'll bang it over to the near side. Montour shoots, short side, he missed the target. Pasternak takes a look, chipped it out to center ice.
Florida's going to try to reload right away here.
Sent to the near side. Wotherspoon cut off the rush. DeBrus back to help out. He'll backhand it, and it trickles to the right circle, the Florida end, so the Bruins can complete their changes. Coyle far side. Oh, Montour got pasted. Gave away the puck. Far circle. Sent out in front. They score! Charlie Coyle, his first of the playoffs. Set up by Pavel Zacha off the Panthers turnover. Bruins 1, Panthers nothing.
Well, it's a great passing play to finish this, but Coyle deserved it. He's the first guy in on the forecheck, and he's going to hound Montour as Montour comes around the boards. Marchand had just hopped on the ice. You could hear the Florida bench yelling to heads up on Marchand coming on him. Then this backhand pass from Zacha to Marchand. Marchand hops over a check from Mikkola. And perfect pass from Zacha right across the goal mouth to a wide open Charlie Coyle on the other side of Bobrovsky. Bobrovsky had the stick down. He tried to block that pass, couldn't get to it, but that's the forecheck of Coyle. And then F2, second guy in there, Marchand. You could hear it. You can pick up the mic cam down on the ice level cam there. And you can hear Florida yelling, heads up for Marchand. He's already thrown 2 big hits in this period.
Florida fires the puck off a stick and over the glass, so this faceoff will come back outside the Bruins' end. And we'll take a timeout. 7:41 left here in the first. Bruins 1, Panthers nothing here in Game 2 on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local New England Honda dealers.
Snap Text Save partners with local appliance retailers to help you beat online and big box pricing on appliances. First, snap a photo or screenshot of the appliance model number and price you're looking at. Then, text it to us at 617-600-SAVE and include your delivery zip code. Within minutes, we'll text you back with a guaranteed lower quote and the earliest delivery date. Snap Text Save, New England's easiest way to get the best pricing on appliances. Text us today at 617-600-SAVE.
What a beautiful day in nature. Take it from a little bug like me. Nothing makes you feel more alive. Oh, whoa, I almost got frogged. That was a close call. But boy, do I feel capital A alive. Luckily for you humans, Nature's Way put that thrilling feeling of aliveness in a bottle. Nature's Way Alive Women's Multivitamin Gummies with 16 vitamins and minerals. Delicious multivitamins inspired by nature. Whoa, better luck next time, pal. Nature's Way.
¿Tiene cobertura de Medicaid? Tome medidas para asegurarse de que usted y su familia conserven la cobertura. Es fácil. Solo debe mantener actualizada su información de contacto para que el Estado pueda comunicarse con usted cuando sea su turno de renovar. Asegúrese de estar atento a recibir correspondencia del Estado de Rhode Island. Luego tome medidas de inmediato. Si tiene seguro médico a través de Medicaid, es fácil asegurarse de conservar la cobertura. Para obtener más información o pedir ayuda con su renovación de Medicaid, visite staycovered.ri.gov.
The Celtics play here at the Sports Hub.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
The home of the Bruins, Patriots, Rams, and Celtics. Boston's home for sports is 98.5 The Sports Hub. Easily Media Group Station.
Yeah, you know, you try to describe that goal, and then you add a couple of things when you see the replays, right? And when Marchand got that puck, Mikkola slides. Marchand got the puck underneath Mikkola as he was sliding, jumped over his body, And Zaka was a recipient, and then Zaka makes the backhand pass across the goal mouth for Charlie Coyle, who's on his forehand to finish it off.
It's only the fourth time that the Bruins have opened the scoring here in the Stanley Cup playoffs. It was Florida that opened the scoring in Game 1. The Bruins scored 67 seconds afterwards.
They've done it twice now in 2 games. They did it against the Toronto Maple Leafs as well in Game 7.
Oh, that was huge. High slot now. Ekman Larson shoots, blocked, and the rebound caroms to the right point. Kulikov. Oh, Wotherspoon's trying to shake this off.
The man who blocked it.
And the Bruins chisel the puck up the far side. Boquist makes sure that it got out. He took the hit to do so. Bruins changing quickly. Look out. Lawrence left circle. Fanned on his shot, then got spun around by McAvoy.
The Bruins were trying to make that line change. Wotherspoon was laboring to the bench, and he's the right defenseman, and that's where Florida attacked on. They reloaded and got that puck over to the left wing for Lawrence.
Here's McAvoy taking his time. Long right wing feed. Brazo will deflect it in at the red line. And apparently he was behind it, so we have an icing call.
2 Bruins defensemen that have been nicked up here in this first period. Wotherspoon trying to shake it off right now. You had Forbert earlier in the period. And they were under some pressure because the Bruins couldn't get that puck out along the wall. And Wotherspoon's the guy that blocks the next one. Seems like he's okay staying on the bench.
Remember, on his first shift of his first career playoff game in Toronto, he got drilled and he went down.
It was up a face-off loss.
And he had mentioned, oh my, first shift ever in the playoffs, and I get drilled. And he couldn't move. 6:35 left here in the first. Bruins with a 1-0 lead. Back of the net, Lindholm cranks it up the far side. The Bruins able to chip it out to center ice, but the Panthers reload. Sent in by Tarasenko, who has only 4 shots here in the Stanley Cup playoffs. He's played 6 games. Out in front of the Bruins net. Sent up the far side, Marchand. Motors ahead. The Bruins have some numbers. Puck flipped to the far corner, and I don't think the Bruins timed it right. We got an offside.
Between the Pipes is sponsored by Charles D. Sheehy. If you're in the piping trades, you need to call Charles D. Sheehy, Boston's premier piping and mechanical product supplier. Sheehy is driven to deliver. Between the Pipes for the Panthers is Sergei Bobrovsky, and for the Bruins, Jeremy Swayman.
Jeremy Swayman making his 7th consecutive start. He's allowed 2 or less in 7 straight playoff games. The NHL record is 9. There are 2 other guys that have had 8. Jacques Plante did it back in 1969 with the Blues. Terry Sawchuk with Detroit in 1952. And there's no way you're going to get the guy who leads. His name is Clint Benedict. He did it with the Montreal Maroons back in the 20s. Puck shoveled to the far side. Geekie played it to the far corner. Pasternak outmuscled Mikkola. Pasternak, far hash. Pasternak watched up top. Wrists it into the slot. And the Bruins couldn't get a stick to it. And out at center ice is Lundell. He'll power it in to the far corner, cut off by Forbert. He'll drill it to the far side. He's out there right now with Brandon Carlo as the Bruins loft it to the point. Couldn't get it out. Up top, Ekman Larson. Shot it off the end boards. Far side, Kulikov. It rolled to the high slot. Kachuk wheels in. Right circle. It's fired. Swayman the chest save on the blast coming in by Kulikov. It trickles out in front of the Bruins. And Swayman able to freeze it. And then Carlo in a stare down with Kachuk. We'll take a timeout. 5:10 left here in the first. Bruins 1 and the Panthers nothing. Here in Game 2 on the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local New England Honda dealers.
Worried about car repair costs? Bring it to Rob's Transmission and Automotive Repair. From oil changes to transmissions, they do everything with honesty and integrity. Rob's customers say they are extremely professional, knowledgeable, and very fairly priced. His team is always communicative and gives all of his customers options for repairs. Log on to robstransmissions.com. robstransmissions.com. Visit Rob's today.
Now you'll save on Cox Internet when you add Cox Mobile. So whether you're playing a game at home, yes, cool, or attending one live, you'll save on Cox Internet when you add Cox Mobile at cox.com/internet.
Celebrating 100 years of service to electrical contractors in New England. Visit granitecityelectric.com to order. Panthers win the draw. Dribble it into the slot. Frederick has his stick busted. He's trying to get a new one quickly. Does. Disrupts the shot coming in from the right point. Left point now, Ekman Larson. Wrist to the near side. Along the near wall, it's Rodriguez. Shoots. Little traffic out in front. Swayman fends it off. Kulikov bangs it back of the net. Diving down low is Rodriguez. Spins it over to the near side. Left point, Ekman Larson. Near hash, low Serena. Stripped to the puck. The Bruins guided ahead. Ekman Larson helps keep it in. Puck to the near side. They hack for it, and the Bruins skate it out. And here's Frederick to the red line. In it goes. And the Bruins can change.
A little too much time there. The last few shifts inside their own zone, right? That's an area that Florida's trying to exploit, but the Bruins have been really good at blocking shots. The volume's been there for the Panthers, but not many have gotten through.
Shots are 6-5 here early on. Here's Lori, bangs it over to the far side.
I think if you look at the attempts, it's going to be in Florida's favor in terms of how many that they're popping from the blue line. Pasternak just had his stick chopped right out of his hands.
And there's no call again. He can't buy a penalty. Should have been given a penalty shot in game one. And that would have created a scoring chance here for Florida on that play there. Up to the right point, it's Ekblad. Feeds to the far side. Backhanded behind the net by Lawrence. Along the near side of Poso. Left point. Now Forsling, rink wide. Ekblad tees it up, and Swayman the save as Carlo knocked Cousins out of the way and down.
Yeah, with the Pasternak thing, we've talked about this a lot. If a guy gets his stick kind of chopped out of his hands, is it a penalty? Is it always a penalty? If it breaks, it's normally a penalty. Right now, the guy in the penalty box here has the stick. I don't believe it was broken. Marchand's going out to talk to him right now. But if that motion is strong enough where it's a chop down on a guy on the shaft of a guy's stick, it's usually called.
Face off in the far circle of Bruins end. 3:34 remaining here in the first. Bruins 1, Panthers nothing. Coyle crouches down for the face-off, and he wins it. Wotherspoon, good to see him back on the ice after a big shot block earlier in the period. The Bruins brush it to the left of Bobrovsky, banked over to the near side, and the Bruins keep the puck in. Wotherspoon kept it in right point to DeBrusk, near side. DeBrusk shoveled it back of the net. Marchand dips around a check to the near wall. DeBrusk helping him out. Right corner, it's Coyle. Bounces off a check. Coyle near hash. Up to the right point. Shakes free from Reinhart. Shoots off the post! And the puck caroms out to center ice.
Throws that a couple in game one. There's the first one here for them today. That's a good puck possession shift in the offensive zone. And Florida's had the last few shifts in Boston's end. And that time, Coyle protecting down low with help of DeBrusk and Marchand.
Lundell, he's got his guy joining it, sent out in front. Verhaeghe trying to tuck it far post. Swayman lays down the left skate to prevent that. Puck trickles out in front. The Bruins clear some bodies, couldn't get it out. Kulikov wrists it high off the back glass. Near corner now, Tkachuk into the slot, and the Bruins swat it to the near point. Ekman Larson keeps it in. Now Verhaeghe shoots, and this is deflected off the back glass. Here's side Lundell, send it into the slot. Verhaeghe shoots, trickles to the far side.
They got that third guy coming high, and it's giving them some time and space up high to get shots through. The forwards rotating up.
Maroon digging away far side Lundell, tossed it back to the net. Tkachuk out, swings to the right circle. High slot now Kulikov. A lot of people out in front of Swayman. High slot Lundell. His shot is blocked. The Bruins will burst the other way. Boquist took a hit, got it out to center ice.
Bruins are trying to change. There's a lot of white jerseys on the ice.
Florida trying to change as well, so Tkachuk will toss it deep. Lowry back of the net. He'll rim it. This doesn't get out. Far corner Stenlund bumps it to the far side. The Bruins get to it. And motoring ahead is Zacha 2-on-1 into the slot. Brazo shoots. Bobrovsky to save the rebound of the Bruins. Wrap it out in front. Diving with Zacha. He couldn't find a Bruins stick.
That puck just came out so hard to Zacha on the rebound. He was right there. He had an empty net. Had he been able to handle it.
Bruins near corner of their own zone. Lowry tried a one-handed ahead. Ran out of room. Rodriguez into the slot. Knocked down. And the fans here wanted a call. Nothing doing. Held in right circle. Montour had it stripped. Good job by Brazo's long stick. He's 6'5". He brings it in. Along the near side, lost his footing. Trying to send it over to the near wall, and Geekie Out at center ice, it's Barkov. 1-0 Bruins. 49 seconds left here in the first. Far wall, the Bruins able to squeeze the puck to the middle and get it out to center ice. Florida bats it back in. Near corner, it's Wotherspoon. He'll jam it around. The Bruins having a hard time going D to D, and it's scraped out to center ice. Sent ahead for Pasternak. Saw the hit from Kulikov coming. And Kulikov swings it back into the Bruins zone. Wotherspoon around to the far side. The Bruins drive it out to center ice. Here's Pasternak. Throws it high down the right wing boards in the Florida end. Coyle took the hit from Forsling. Now Pasternak wraps it around the boards. Far side, McAvoy jumps in. Leads for Marchand. Shoots! Blocked, and it squirts to the near side. Grabbed by Reinhart. Chased by Coyle. Reversed it to the near corner in Cousins. And that's going to do it for the opening 20 minutes of play. Little bump afterwards with Coyle and Lundell as we've closed out the opening 20 minutes here in Game 2. The Bruins with the only goal. Bruins 1 and the Panthers nothing. Here's and I will bring you back for the first intermission in just a moment on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local New England Honda dealers.
The Angie's List you know and trust is now Angie, and we're so much more than just a list. We still connect you with top local pros and show you ratings and reviews, but now we also let you compare upfront prices on hundreds of projects and book a service instantly. We can even handle the rest of your project from start to finish. So remember, Angie's List is now Angie, and we're here to get your job done right. Get started at Angie.com. That's ANGI, or download the app today.
The Coca-Cola Company, Keurig Dr. Pepper, and PepsiCo are bringing consumers more choices with less sugar than ever before. From sparkling, flavored, and bottled waters to zero-sugar sports drinks, teas, and sodas, consumers are taking advantage of these choices. In fact, nearly 60% of beverages sold contain zero sugar. To learn more, visit balanceus.org.
Do your employees have fears about job security due to the advancements that AI is bringing to the workplace? Do you know how to alleviate those concerns while upskilling your workforce to embrace AI's functionality and efficiencies? Discover how your HR peers are responding to these issues at SHRM 24, the world's largest HR conference, June 23rd through 26th in Chicago, or virtually. Learn more or explore more than 375 other sessions related to the HR topics and issues. Visit shrm.org/SHRM24.
For the ones who work hard to ensure their crew can always go the extra mile, and the ones who get in early so everyone can go home on time, there's Grainger, offering professional-grade supplies backed by product experts so you can quickly and easily find what you need. Plus, you can count on access to a committed team ready to go the extra mile for you. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Looking to consolidate your debt, lower your interest rate, or need to borrow money? We can help. Borrow up to $50,000 with a personal loan from Westerly Community Credit Union. With our low rates, you can enjoy one monthly payment you can afford. Apply today at westerlyccu.com/loan. Visit one of our branches located in Wakefield, Westerly, Richmond, or Coventry, or call 401-596-7000 today.
Jason Tatum plays here.
Tip the entry to Smart. No look, bounce pass to the cutter. Jason Tatum, who lays it up and in with the right hand, and the Celtics are dancing right now. They are Brogdon across half court, and fans headed for the exits. Tatum, pull up three. Good night. You know what MVPs do? They still got 29 in the left. Tatum to the right, pulls up on LeBron. They're isolated, right side of the floor. Tatum spins on the baseline, turns, fades, got it!
This is the home of the Celtics. 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Imagine a place where you are never far from your next adventure. Welcome to Prince Edward Island, Canada, a destination where the breathtaking views rejuvenate the soul. Discover 700 miles of coastline with white sand beaches and red cliffs, the freshest flavors from land and sea, world-class golf, outdoor adventures, and authentic cultural experiences. Come find your island. Prince Edward Island, the official travel destination of the NHL and a proud partner of the Boston Bruins. Learn more at explorepei.com.
Become a top performer with UMass Lowell's online MBA, ranked tops in New England by Fortune.
Visit uml.edu/online.
Are you a veteran? VA New England Healthcare provides state-of-the-art healthcare benefits to those who served our country. Call 844-VA-CARES and learn more about the benefits you earned and deserve. Call 844-VA-CARES.
The home of the Revs, the Sports Hub.
Welcome back to the first intermission here in Florida. It's the Bruins 1 and the Panthers nothing. Our first intermission interview is sponsored by TD Bank, and we're joined downstairs by Bruins winger Jake DeBrusk. JD, if you can, on that opening goal from the Bruins, take us through two plays, how you triggered the turnover and the play by Brad Marchand to get through the slot.
Yeah, no, obviously we were kind of, in Hemner's zone there, and saw it was a quick up, so obviously he was the most dangerous player, so you got to get back, come to the middle, and it's a good job by Brando originally stopping it, and then I just kind of just chucked it, honestly. I was just hoping it wasn't icing, and, the guys made a great play in the ensuing forecheck, and obviously got us, a big goal there to start the game off.
What did you do well on the penalty kill? The Bruins were shorthanded there twice in that first period.
Yeah, I thought that we limited them once they got inside the zone. They're a good team of, getting kind of possession, so we're trying to make it hard on them and limiting, seam passes and things of that nature. And obviously your best goaltender is your goalie. So, some big saves at the right time. And, we got to keep getting better in that area. Obviously we want to limit as many penalties as we can get.
Last thing, Jake, as you look ahead to the second, any other areas you want to see sharpened?
Yeah, I think our neutral zone. I think that's one area that you saw at the end there. There's a couple little rushes. I think we could do that more. It's just a matter of just chipping pucks, getting slash support, playing a pretty simple game. They're not going to change the way they play, and we got to use our speed to make them, more uncomfortable. I think that's something that we're going to try to do here coming up.
Thanks, Jake. Cheers.
Cheers.
It's only human to be passionate, loyal, and all in when it comes to the Bruins, and it's only human to expect the same from your bank. Just like every season, TD will be here for all the wins, losses, and memorable moments. TD Bank, the bank of the Boston Bruins, member FDIC, TD Bank, NA. Maybe we should start with a penalty kill. The Bruins were shorthanded twice in the first 8.5 minutes of that opening stanza, and somebody prevented a Florida power play goal.
Yes, it puck looked like it popped in there behind Swayman. It was kind of hard to tell from our angle, but certainly there were a couple sticks in there knocking that puck out of midair to make sure that there was no more further damage done. But I think that there was a little more sense of urgency, it seemed like, anyhow, on the part of the Florida Panthers and what they were trying to create offensively. Bruins, though, doing a terrific job. They're killing it, killing both of them. And, I think shot blocking was kind of the theme that period. Unfortunately, that means that the Bruins spent a little bit extra time inside their own zone. You look at shot attempts that period, and the Bruins were credited with 12 shot blocks in that first period. So that tells you, that Florida had some pressure offensively, and they're rotating. It looked like a few times, anyhow, a third guy out high, trying to get those three players out high. The Bruins don't play the man-on-man, so they're going to chase necessarily out there. They're going to protect the house, protect that middle of the ice, and try to prevent second opportunities from happening when the shots eventually do get through, making sure that Swayman's able to see the initial shot that's being taken. For the most part, those were okay. I mean, Florida was very aggressive on their forecheck. That's as advertised. They're going to do it. But here it is again. The Bruins forced the turnover by Brandon Montour because of a good forecheck. And Jake DeBrusk just told us that, you dump the puck in. Coyle's first man in on it. He hounds Montour all the way around the net. He's got a good angle on him. Marchand's the second guy in. Montour sees him coming. He ends up coughing up the puck. He's under pressure, but he ends up coughing up the puck. And now the Bruins go to work. And, nice play by Marchand to jump over the sliding Mikkola to get that puck free for Zacha. And then Zacha finds Coyle, who after he provided the initial forechecking pressure, rolls off of Montour and gets to the net first. And the pass from Zacha, Bobrovsky has no chance. He got the stick down trying to block that pass, but wasn't able to do it. So, and then there was another opportunity for Coyle, in fact, when he protected the puck down low, and it came after a couple of shifts where Florida had possession in the Bruins zone, and Coyle holding on to it. He had help from his line mates and DeBrusk and Marchand, and also from the D, but he holds on to it, spins, protects it, and gets a really good shot when he got some separation from that into the right wing circle. Short side high, he was going over the glove of Bobrovsky, off the post and out the other way. So Coyle's got his legs today, and no question that Brad Marchand has his legs today.
What a period.
Yeah. I mean, the huge hit on Tkachuk. That was so the Panthers were shorthanded, and Marchand was back playing D. And Tkachuk he's coming down the off wing, the right side, and he tried to go in between his legs to get this, to take the puck to the net, knowing he's got a forward back there, and Marchand doesn't even look at the puck. He laid him out. Big hit. had another hit on Ekblad in front of the bench right as a whistle was being blown, and he's instrumental in Coyle's goal to give the Bruins a 1-0 lead.
I was thinking back to something that the general manager, Don Sweeney, talked about before the playoffs began. And one of the things he said is, we're going to have to be sharp in front of our net. And the Bruins, even though there was a lot of volume and a lot of chaos, they were able to try and keep as much of that in front and out of Jeremy Swayman's way.
Well, they've been criticized at times this year, rightfully so, for not being strong enough in front of their net. You know, as a regular season had gone on, there was some times during this year where, you know, that was a place where teams didn't mind hanging out because they were allowed to. But the Bruins have been, you know, you get Forbert back in the lineup. Wotherspoon plays that kind of physical style. Carlo can be there as well in that area. McAvoy can be there, you know. So Lindholm, you know, he can do that as well. All those guys can kind of do that. Lorai's, you know, it's an area he's getting better at. But, you know, that's an area that they want to try to protect, especially against a good puck possession team like the Panthers. And so far, so good.
Scoring summary from the first. Charlie Coyle with the game's only goal, his first of the Stanley Cup playoffs from Pavel Zacha and Brad Marchand. Time of the goal, 12-12. Bruins up 1-0 here at the end of 20 minutes in Game 2. Shots on goal in favor of the Panthers, 7-6. On the power play, the Bruins 0-1, and the Panthers 0-2. Joe Murray has your Sports Hub headlines next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local New England Honda dealers.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Exmark mowers are known for their signature cut quality, legendary dependability, and an operator experience unlike any other. Because if something's worth doing, it's worth doing right. Don't miss out on limited time savings going on now at your local dealer.
At Enterprise, we know you're constantly on the move. Getting this?
Thanks, Mom.
Fixing that. You reach a destination. And then it's on to the next. And when life is moving at the speed of, well, life, Enterprise is right there with you. Around the corner and around the globe. We'll keep you moving forward. Enterprise. For lives in drive.
Oh, the weekend. That magical, mythical 48 hours where you are free to do anything but work. So why are you working on your lawn? That's True Green's job. True Green is the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour. They'll give you a pro-level lawn and the guaranteed lowest price thanks to their verified price match. Let the lawn experts do your lawn care because you've got way better things to do. Visit TrueGreen.com to get the best lawn at the best price, guaranteed.
What a beautiful day in nature. Take it from a little bug like me. Nothing makes you feel more alive. Oh, whoa, I almost got frogged. That was a close call. But boy, do I feel capital A alive. Luckily for you humans, Nature's Way put that thrilling feeling of aliveness in a bottle. Nature's Way Alive Women's Multivitamin Gummies with 16 vitamins and minerals. Delicious multivitamins inspired by nature. Whoa, better luck next time, pal. Nature's Way.
The only place to hear the game. The Sports Hub. Sports Hub headlines.
All right, one other game on the NHL scoreboard tonight. Vancouver and Edmonton, finally. They'll play game one of their series tonight. The puck drops for that one beginning at 10 p.m. The Red Sox currently in action right now in Atlanta. They're up against old friend Chris Sale, and well, Nick Pivetta made his return from the injured list, and right now the Braves lead 5-0 in this one. Chris Sale, 5 strikeouts so far in 3 2/3 innings. The Celtics took care of Cleveland in game 1 last night. They'll play game 2 on Wednesday night. Of course, Jaylen Brown had 32 points in the win. Right now, the Pacers in New York, they trail the series 1-0. The New York Knicks have a 24-19 lead at the moment. And the NBA MVP award has been announced. Nikola Jokic is the winner. Jason Tatum finished 6th. Headlines are brought to you by Valvoline and Oil Change. Enjoy quick and convenient vehicle maintenance this month. Visit NewEnglandOilChange.com for 15% off your next drive-through oil change at Valvoline and Oil Change, now open in Rainham, Reading, and Braintree. The 50-50 raffle presented by DraftKings, currently benefiting the Boston Bruins Foundation, an organization that collaborates with charitable organizations that demonstrate a commitment to health and wellness, education, and athletics. Support the Boston Bruins Foundation. Enter for a chance to win half of the jackpot. Visit bostonbruins.com/5050 to purchase tickets. The jackpot runs through the day after the final game of round 2. I'm Joe Murray. Judd and Bob, they get the second period next on the 98.5, the Sports of Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local New England Honda dealer.
Moments like my daughter telling me a new joke mean a lot to me. But after being diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that is spread to other parts of the body, they mean even more. I take Ibrance, palbociclib.
Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for adults with HR-positive, HER2-negative MBC as the first hormonal-based therapy. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
Do your employees have fears about job security due to the advancements that AI is bringing to the workplace? Do you know how to alleviate those concerns while upskilling your workforce to embrace AI's functionality and efficiencies? Discover how your HR peers are responding to these issues at SHRM 24, the world's largest HR conference, June 23rd through 26th in Chicago, or virtually. Learn more or explore more than 375 other sessions related to the HR topics and issues. Visit shrm.org/shrm24.
Sellers invites you to call a mom in your life. Show your love and get the chance to win a $12,000 experience. Details at joshsellers.com/call-your-mom. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited or restricted. Open to U.S. residents 21+. Terms, conditions, and state exclusions apply. Contest ends 5/12/24. Subject to official rules. Available at joshsellers.com/call-your-mom. Sponsor Deutsche Family Wine and Spirits, Stamford, Connecticut.
Hey, it's Patrice Bergeron. When I was young, my parents worked hard to get me everything I needed to play youth hockey. They sacrificed their time and money so I could play the game I loved. That's why I've teamed up with Evita Bank again this season for Assist for Kids to help Metro West families pay for youth hockey. For every Boston assist, Evita donates $50 up to $30,000, and I will donate $7,000 to make it $37,000 to help more kids. Evita Bank, honest to goodness, member FDIC, member DIF.
Timberline Construction proudly presents Boston Bruins playoff hockey on 98.5 The Sports Hub. Just like the pros on the ice, success in the commercial construction game requires a sharp, dedicated crew committed to excellence. Talk with Timberline before your next commercial project. Visit timberlineconstruction.com.
Felger and Naz, afternoons 2 to 6 on the Sports Hub.
Coyle far side. Oh, Montour got pasted. Gave away the puck. Far circle. Sent out in front. They score! Charlie Coyle, his first of the playoffs. Set up by Pavel Zacha off the Panthers turnover. Bruins 1, Panthers nothing. And that's the scores. We're about ready to start the second period of Game 2 here in Sunrise. Bruins working right to left. Brad Marchand also picked up an assist on that goal. Patrick Maroon, here's he was talking earlier here in the playoffs about Brad Marchand. He said he never lets his foot off the gas, and the style that he plays for how big he is remarkable.
Couldn't agree with him more. I mean, Maroon's certainly seen that, and they've had their battles over the years. A lot of verbal jousting going on between those two guys.
Lohrei sent it up the middle, brushed by Coyle to the near side.
When you get a guy that competes like him, it's hard to play against.
He leads the Bruins here in the Stanley Cup playoffs with 10 points. An outlet up the middle. Here's Coyle out at center ice over the red line. In it goes. Took a shoulder from Tarasenko after he did. Far corner, Marchand tried to chip it to the far side. And the Bruins making a change as the Panthers bring the puck ahead. It's lobbed to the left of Swayman. Kicks it to Carlo, and the Florida Panthers are changing as the Bruins rocket one ahead. Over the line right side. Here's Pasternak. Shakes around. Forsling sent it toward the slot. Oh, he had Geeky.
That's a clever little stutter step right there from Marchand to freeze Forsling just for a second. Had an opportunity to shoot that puck or maybe even take it strong to the front of the net. Elected to try to make the pass into the slot. Just that little hesitation, stutter step. Looks like he's going to come to the middle, and Forsling bites a little bit and then darts right to the outside.
Panthers ice the puck. We're 53 seconds into the second period. 1-0 Bruins. This is only the second time that the Panthers had trailed at the end of 20 minutes. And for the Bruins in the first period in the playoffs, they've only allowed 2 goals against. They've outscored opponents 6-2. They turn it over. Right circle. Ekblad to the slot. He rockets one wide. And this one leaves the surface.
Yeah, it's the Bruins turning that puck over. So can't get into that, especially here in this second period when the pressure can, because it's so difficult to make a line change. Ekblad was able to walk in from the right point. He got all the way inside the top of that right wing circle. He's actually at the dot when he gets his shot away. McAvoy might have gotten a piece of it.
Face-off near circle in the Bruins zone. The Bruins won 10 of the 16 face-offs in the first period. Beecher will take it against Stenlund. Stenlund's kicked out of there. Rodriguez will step in and take it. And Rodriguez wins it to the near point. Kulikov shoots. Hit a couple legs. Rodriguez has a hold of one of the Bruins' sticks. Slow Starina and sent it to the slot. Batted over to the near side. The Bruins slap it up left wing and out to center ice. Rattled back in by the Panthers. Over to the near side, Stenlund. Took a check from Forbert. To the far side, Maroon reaches out for it. Couldn't get there. Back of the net, Rodriguez. Motors and the send it up top. Ekman Larson shoots just wide. Swayman was screened. Back of the net, Wotherspoon to Forbert. Drills it up right wing, and this puck is sent all the way down. Bobrovsky steers it to the near circle. The Bruins will start to change. Puck tap to the right of Jeremy Swayman. Plays it in the trapezoid. Wotherspoon pounds it up to the right point. Montour, they score! His shot deflected in by Lawrence out in front. Bruins 1, Panthers 1.
This puck is dumped in, and the 2 defensemen for the Bruins can't get off the ice. It's Forbert and it's Wotherspoon. They're stuck out there because that puck didn't get all the way down, right? So the forwards are able to get off, but no one's able to get all the way over to the boards here on the left wing side inside the Bruins zone. And when Wotherspoon sends it up the boards, there's nobody there. So the shot taken. Forbert was reading that Wotherspoon was going to go back around the net to the other side. So he vacates the front of the net. Lawrence is standing all alone in front. Montour gets the shot through, and it's a tip out of midair, probably waist high by Lawrence past Swayman. So that's the handoff, right? They got it to Wotherspoon. Forbert reached, chipping it behind the net to the other side, so he vacates the front. That's why Lawrence is wide open there.
Lawrence up the right side. He hands it ahead. Cousins sent it back of the Bruins net. Oposo lost an edge. The Bruins with a puck. Lohrei couldn't accept the pass, and it pounded back into the Bruins zone. Now McAvoy took a check from Cousins. Bruins having a problem bumping it ahead. Here's Lohrei. Over the line right side to Frederick to the right circle. They'll pull up. Forsling couldn't get to him. High slot. Carlo shoots. Blocked. Carlo able to chop to keep it in. Otherwise that could have been trouble. And now Ekblad drills it up the middle. Floater to the far corner of the Bruins zone. And we are going to have icing. It was a late whistle from the referee. Swayman at the last second didn't know it, so he had to come out and play it.
The linesman has to wait until a player gets into the dot. Yeah, I think the play for Wotherspoon there, had he had to do it over again, would have been to just bump it back behind the net for Forbert. That's where all his support is. He tried to go up the boards. There's nobody there yet.
Face off right circle, the Panthers end.
But those two guys were stuck out on the ice for a little while because they couldn't get off after, the forwards got off. And the D were stuck out there.
Near point, Carlo shoots. Bobrovsky to save. And traffic couldn't get there fast enough. Bobrovsky sliding left to right. Now far corner, Barkov couldn't get the puck by a pinching Lindholm. Far side, the Bruins trying to bat it free. Here's Marchand. Up to the right point, DeBrusk shoots! And Bobrovsky the save as Marchand was all by himself. Near side, Barkov took the hit from both Coyle and DeBrusk. Tarasenko trying to fish it free. DeBrusk keeps it in. Back of the net, Marchand. Watched by Forsling. Now it's sent to the far circle, picked off as Lindholm tried to lead it down low. Reinhart coming the other way. He'll sling it in. Lindholm banked it off the inboards to McAvoy. Dusts it off, banked it ahead. Now DeBrusk up left wing. Speeds over the line left side. He's got Verhaeghe tugging at him. Far wall. The Panthers get to it, and they're exiting the puck. Drilled into the Bruins zone. Swayman stays in the net. Over to the near side. Kachuk overskated. Zacha pumped it up the middle and out to center ice. One apiece. We've played just over 4 minutes here in the second period. Bruins turn it over in the neutral zone. Geekie comes back to strip for Hagee. Pasternak takes a look near side. Pasternak near circle. He'll fling it through the middle. And Geekie has it in the right circle. Got around Mikkola. Chipped it out in front as Zacha lost an edge. Held in by Pasternak. And out at center ice, the Bruins grab it at their own line. Here's Lohrei up the middle. 4-on-2. Right circle. Geekie to Lohrei. A backhand. Bobrovsky fought it off. Here's Lohrei along the near side. Lohrei to the high slot. Lohrei lost an edge. He tried to poke it over to the near side. And the Panthers grab it out at center ice. Drilled in by Mikkola. Florida making some changes. Here's Zacha. Up the left side. Sent it up the middle to Boquist. He'll speed ahead. Twisting. Lost it in the center circle. Trying to get it back from Rodriguez. He does. Hacked it into the far corner. Lost his stick. Picks it up. Oh, Maroon came in and Forsling saw him at the last second. Along the near side, the puck driven back into the Bruins zone by Stenlund. His shot, and Swayman gloves it. Took a bump afterward from Lostarinen, and we've got to stop. 14:39 left here in the second. Bruins won, Panthers won.
Yeah, pace pretty good here in this second period. Florida tried to impose themselves in that offensive end, trying to create the turnovers, and we talked about that. That's just going to be a common theme throughout this playoff. And Lohrei with pretty good give and go there with Geekie, right? Gets going through the neutral zone. He picked that puck up on his own blue line. Get the feet moving. Move it off to the right side. Continue through. And he got the pass back. It was a little backhand that he had on Bobrovsky. Not the best of angles, but a decent opportunity.
Face off near circle in the Bruins zone. Won by the Panthers. That shot fended off by Swayman. The Bruins will wobble it back into the Florida end, and we're going to have an icing call here. Face off will come back into the Bruins zone. Paul Maurice right now has his fourth line out there. They have the game-tying goal here early in the second period. Lawrence his second of the playoffs from Brandon Montour at 156. Beecher in for the draw. He'll take it against Oposo. And Beecher kicked it to the near corner. Lindholm drives it off the shelf and out to center ice. Frederick guides it down low. Bruins are going to make a few changes. Kulikov around the far side. Sent it to the middle. Ekman Larson over the line with a little speed. Near side. It's cued by Oposo, back of the net. Rushed to the far side, Van Riemsdyk, up right wing. Points in each of the last three. Brazo wings it in. Bobrovsky stopped it with his right leg. Near side, Frederick trying to glove it down. Knotted up with Ekblad. And the Panthers burst the other way. Here's Oposo over the line right side. That was close to being offside. Near corner, the Bruins trying to fish it out of there. Frederick in to help with Lohrei. Oposo pounds it up the far side, and Forsling's going to have to race back into his own zone. 13:39 left here in the second. Bruins won, Panthers won here in game two. Bruins victorious in game one, 5-1. Forsling drilled it in. The Bruins denied at the blue line. Sent back of the net by the Panthers. Here's Marchand. He'll skate into a loose puck. Flipped it into the left corner. Took a hit from Tarasenko. Back of the net, Mikkola. Send it around to the near side. Montour knocked down. High slot. Carlo shoots. Bobrovsky the save. And a good battle out in front as the Bruins are trying to generate a little traffic. We'll take a timeout. 13:13 left here in the second. Bruins won and the Panthers won. Here in Game 2 on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local New England Honda dealers.
Exmark mowers are known for their signature cut quality, legendary dependability, and an operator experience unlike any other. Because if something's worth doing, it's worth doing right. Don't miss out on limited time savings going on now at your local dealer.
David Pasternak plays here.
High slot now, McAvoy, far side. Pasternak shoots, looking for the tip. It comes back to him. Fires. He scores! He's got another! Marchand, high slot, looks back door, swings it across, popping out Pasternak. Shoots, he scores! Marchand's got it, right circle. Bergeron to Pasternak. Shoots, he scores!
This is the home of the Bees. 98.5 The Sports Hub.
Do your employees have fears about job security due to the advancements that AI is bringing to the workplace? Do you know how to alleviate those concerns while upskilling your workforce to embrace AI's functionality and efficiencies? Discover how your HR peers are responding to these issues at SHRM 24, the world's largest HR conference, June 23rd through 26th in Chicago, or virtually. Learn more or explore more than 375 other sessions related to the HR topics and issues. Visit shrm.org/SHRM24.
Are you covered by Medicaid? Take steps to make sure you and your family stay covered. It's easy. All you need to do is keep your contact information up to date so the state can reach you when it's your turn to renew. Be sure to watch for mail from the state of Rhode Island, then take action right away. If you have health insurance through Medicaid, it's easy to make sure you stay covered. To learn more or get help with your Medicaid renewal, visit staycovered.ri.gov. That's staycovered.ri.gov.
The home of the Bees, the Sports Hub.
Service Credit Union is seen with Bruins defenseman Charlie McAvoy for defending New England's heroes. Service donates $100 for every block shot and $1,000 for every shutout to pay for heart and cancer screenings for New England police and firefighters. Learn more now at servicecu.org/73. Face off right circle in the Florida end. Geeky, Pasternak, and Zacha out there for Jim Montgomery. McAvoy and Lori out for the ozone draw. Off the face-off, won by Lundell. And it's golfed back into the neutral zone. Hacked down low by Verhaeghe. He leads Florida here in the playoffs with 5 goals as the Bruins rocket it all the way down. And Pasternak was going to test Forsling, and Pasternak, a word for the linesman, we have an icing call.
Yeah, it's hockey season. It's Peerless Boiler season. Replace your old boiler and water heater with a new Peerless Boiler and Pavilion tankless water heater. Find your local dealer at peerlessboilers.com, and remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
Lundell will take the face-off against Geeky. Far circle in the Bruins' end. And Geeky wins it. McAvoy chipped it back to the net, but he didn't have anybody there. Now Verhaeghe near side. Threw it to the front of the net, blocked by McAvoy. The Bruins steered up the near side.
That's a breakdown of communication there between Lori and McAvoy off the face-off win.
Here's Lori up the middle. A slow dish up left wing. Zacha plays it back to Lori. And now Pasternak took a bump. He'll feed it in. Bruins will start to change. 1 apiece. 12.5 minutes remaining here in the second period of game 2 as Geeky shoveled it to the far corner. He and Ekblad exchanged a couple of shots.
Took a shot from behind from Tkachuk as well on the whistle.
You know, Marchand comes over. He's having a quick word with the referee. Your referees tonight are Jean Hebert and Garrett Rank.
But the Bruins felt that Florida brought that puck back into their own zone. That was the question there, but he said no, it was poked off his stick.
Face off at the near dot just beyond the Florida line. Frederick Van Riemsdyk, Brazo out there for the Bruins. Stenlund wins the draw. Hack to the far side. Losterinen along the far wall. Chipped it ahead. Rodriguez speeds to the far corner. Hits the brakes. Up top, he feeds it. Gets it back. And then drifts to the left point. He'll wrap it behind the net. Montour along the near side. Tapped it to the left point. Losterinen snaps it down low. It rolls to Wotherspoon. Plays it up the wall and out to center ice, but the Bruins can't do much with it. And Florida has it back in their own zone. They cough it up. Brazo has to delay. The Bruins get back onside. Frederick was still in zone. And now Van Riemsdyk kicked it to the right corner. Dig it away. Far side gets a little help from Frederick. Frederick shoveled it back of the net. Brazo trying to stay with his check along the far side. The Bruins keep it in. Forbert dribbled it into the slot. Hammer to the far side. Wotherspoon with a skate. Kicked it down low. Back of the net now. Brazo along the near side. Trying to work it up top.
Yeah, he was all by himself. That's a long shift for him. He was stuck out there.
He's going to head off. Carlo bumped it up the left side to Lindholm. Right wing feed. Maroon will steer it in deep. Oh, Maroon is just barking that he deflected the puck. I think
that's what Montgomery's pointing right at it. He touched the puck right in front of the bench.
I think the referee is saying this was deflected, and this faceoff will be in the center circle.
Come on, guys. It's going back to center ice. It's a long pass from Lindholm. He's got Maroon up there. Maroon deflects it into the zone.
Bruins bench is still giving it to the officials. It'll be Beecher, Boquist, and Maroon out there for this draw. 11:15 left here in the second, one apiece. And it's won cleanly by Beecher all the way back into his own zone. Carlo takes a look over both shoulders. He'll drill it over to the near side. The Panthers keep this puck in. Carlo backhands it along the near side. Boquist played it up the wall to Maroon. He's got Beecher breaking. Maroon left corner. Ekman Larson tried to draw a penalty after he got locked up with Maroon. And the Panthers burst the other way. They delay at the blue line. Wrist it in. McAvoy took a check. Boquist dives in. Cousins went at him. It's sent back of the Bruins net. Now Maroon near side. Takes a look. He'll chip it back of the net. McAvoy scrambles for it. He's got a Pozo bearing down on him.
Nobody to go to there.
McAvoy lost his stick. Maroon chipped it to the far corner. Look out here. Right point. It's Ekblad. Ekblad. Near point for Barkov. High slot. Forsling shoots. Swayman the save.
McAvoy still has no stick.
It's laying along the far side. Right circle. Reinhardt shoots. Swayman the save. They score. The Bruins were under duress, and the rebound trickles by Swayman after the initial shot coming in from Reinhardt. 2-1 Panthers.
Yeah, I mean, McAvoy had lost his stick. You got the fourth line locked up against the Barkov line after Florida completes a line change. And they're just going to be determined in front of the net here to get this rebound chance. McAvoy standing there, Forbert trying to cover Cousins. The initial shot comes through, but it's going to be Barkov who takes advantage of no stick from McAvoy, who's trying to cover him coming back to the net. He can't control the stick on the rebound chance.
So the Bruins now trail after leading 1-0 at the end of one. Here's Marchand. He'll motor over the line right side. Fed it back up top. Carlo zipped it to the right of the net. Coyle got knocked down by Barkov. For Barkov, that's his third goal of the playoffs. And it's sent out to the neutral zone. Lindholm wings it back in. Far corner, Mikkola spun around on a check. Tarasenko couldn't get it free. Coyle, right corner. He'll wrap it around the boards. Lindholm left point. Right point, Carlo. Right of the net, Marchand. Locking onto him was big Sasha Barkov. He's a finalist again for the Selke Trophy. Won it in 2021. Back of the net now, Coyle. Trying to escape Mikkola. Banked it to the left point. Here's Lindholm. Across. Delayed penalty coming here on the Panthers. Along the near side, the Panthers touch up, and the zone time generates an opportunity here for the Bruins. 9:16 left here in the second. Panthers 2, Bruins 1. Bruins going to the power play when we return on the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins radio network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local New England Honda dealers.
Exmark mowers are known for their signature cut quality, legendary dependability, and an operator experience unlike any other. Because if something's worth doing, it's worth doing right. Don't miss out on limited time savings going on now at your local dealer. What's on your summer schedule? Barbecues, concerts, road trips? Soak up more of every moment with Summer Smoothie, the new shot from 5 Hour Energy. Summer Smoothie combines the flavors of strawberries, bananas, and blueberries for a deliciously sweet and smooth taste. And with caffeine, vitamins, and nutrients, it provides an energized feeling that will last until the final encore. New Summer Smoothie from 5 Hour Energy. Try one today, only at Speedway. For more information, visit 5hourenergy.com.
Moments like seeing my son's team cheer him on mean a lot to me. But after being diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that has spread to other parts of the body, they mean even more. I take Ibrance, palbociclib.
Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for adults with HR-positive HER2-negative NBC as the first hormonal-based therapy. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
Connect with Boston's home for sports online. 98.5thesportshub.com.
The Bruins are back at TD Garden on Friday night for round 2, game 3 of the 2024 playoffs presented by Rapid 7. Be there as they face off against the Panthers at 7 o'clock. Visit bostonbruins.com/playoffs to lock in your seat now. Nico Mikkola off 2 for a hold, and the Bruins a chance on the power play to tie the game at 2.
Yeah, Coyle's going to draw this penalty, trying to get body position and get to the front of the net, but that's a puck possession shift in the offensive zone. It's something that the Bruins have not done nearly enough of or had happen for them here so far in this game. When they have, good things have happened.
Coyle in for the draw, and he kicks it free. Pasternak up top for Lori. Little change here. Back of the net. Here's DeBrusk, knocked down by Forsland. From his knees, DeBrusk trying to send it to the far corner in Marchand. Up top, here's Lori, right circle across. Pasternak to the slot. Couldn't get off the shot. That got blocked.
Ekblad came out. Got down, made himself big to block that shot. Pasternak's had a much harder time generating so far tonight.
Here's Lori. Up the middle. Sends it back for the late coming DeBrusk. 1:24 left on the power play. Bruins down by a goal here in game 2. Lori to Marchand, left point. Holds up top now for Lori. Marchand brushed it near hash to Brust. Left of the net, Pasternak out in front. Marchand to Coyle, shoots. Bobrovsky the save, the rebound. Batted back of the net and rimmed around by Barkov and out.
Scrambling there, good save made by Bobrovsky. That was a good opportunity for Coyle there in front on that passing play. Things look a little confused over on the left wing side, but eventually they get the great chance.
Here's Van Riemsdyk, over the line, hands to Marchand. Threw it across the ice, the Bruins were changing. And now it's grabbed by McAvoy. McAvoy between the rings in his own end. Watched by Losterinen, hands for Geekie. Up left wing, Van Riemsdyk. Chip to the corner, near side. Batted back of the net, Pasternak leads it around to the far side. Zacha to McAvoy, shoots, blocked. And the rebound held in by the Bruins. Near corner, it's Pasternak. Wedged it toward the front, and Van Riemsdyk just skated by it, and down it goes. 15 seconds left in the Mikkola penalty. 7.5 left here in the second. 2-1 Florida. Up the right side, Geekie. Now for McAvoy. Wheels over the red line. Over the blue line right side. Easy entry. Brazeau, far corner. Tried to send it back of the net. The Panthers pick it off. And out they come as the Panthers return to full strength. Lundell far side. Threw it back of the net. Along the near wall, scooped up by Van Riemsdyk. They'll pump it back into the Florida zone. We have icing here on the Bruins.
And Avidia Bank and Patrice Bergeron have teamed up again this season for assists for kids. For every Boston assist, they'll donate $50 up to $37,000 to help Metro West youth hockey players pay for hockey. Get details at avidiabank.com/Team Bergeron. Avidia Bank, honest to goodness. Member FDIC, member DIF.
Face off in the far circle of Bruins end.
Bobrovsky's best save of the night, right?
McAvoy with a cut over his right eye is going to have to leave to get that attended to. So Lindholm hops onto the ice. He's the only defenseman out there. Bruins hack it up the middle and get it out to center ice. Here's Van Riemsdyk. He'll chip it into the left corner. Brazo bearing down on Mikkola. They collide hard in the corner. And now Maroon hops on as the Panthers drill it in around to the far side. Verhaeghe drove it back of the net. Kachuk wings it far side. The shot off the side of the net. Swayman had to be alert. That almost wound up back of the net. And we got a penalty here for what?
Maybe on Carlo for a hook on Kachuk.
6:35 left here in the second. Panthers going to the power play leading 2-1. So now you got a key penalty killer in the box. The Bruins 2 for 2 on the kill early in the game.
And one in the locker room. Yeah, McAvoy getting tended to right now, and we're going to start this PK with Forbert and Lindholm on the back end.
Face-off far circle in the Bruins zone. Bruins still have an edge in face-off wins at 53%, little early movement. Boyle has to reposition with Barkov. Barkov with a go-ahead goal from Reinhart and Ekblad here in the period. Panthers win the draw. High slot, here's Reinhart. Near circle, Kachuk to the right dot, right of the net. Sent out in front, Swayman the save, and Forbert from his knees backhands it out.
Yeah, that's Reinhart. They whether it's Barkov down low or Kachuk down low, that pass, that one-touch pass into the little slot, that bumper where Reinhart has been the recipient is there for them so much, and it was there for them right there.
Puck drilled far corner of the Bruins zone. Forbert applied the hit.
And got there, but he was all alone.
Here's Reinhart back of the net. Pumps it over to the near side. Kachuk scrambles to the right corner. Backhands it behind the net. Sent over to the far point. Now right point Montour. Near side Kachuk. Back to Montour. Settles the puck. Bruins short for another minute 13. Barkov. Near hash. Wings it right of the net, and it trickles by some of the traffic to the far side. Reinhart.
Kachuk was going to redirect that back door.
Left of the net, Kachuk. Back of the net. Threw it into the slot. Verhaeghe fires wide, going blocker side. Bruins halfway through this kill. Montour near side, Barkov.
Long shift, though, for the Killers.
Here's Montour, high slot, Verhaeghe left of the net. Back to Verhaeghe, shoots, and Swayman the save. And he's able to cover the rebound as the Bruins box out.
Yeah, best chance from Reinhart, right? So Barkov and Kachuk are kind of interchangeable there. A lot of times you see Kachuk down by the goal line. And that quick one-touch pass as Barkov peels off. He goes down low, gets a pass from Kachuk, and the one-time pass right out in between 3 Bruin sticks for Reinhart.
Panthers win the draw. High slot, Ekman Larson sailed it over the crossbar. Wotherspoon couldn't get enough leverage to get it out. Gets it back, and on his forehand, he'll whistle it all the way down.
A little easier on that side, huh?
30 seconds left in the Carlo penalty. 5 minutes to go here in the second period. The Panthers have moved in front with 2 goals this period. Rodriguez shoots, blocked by Wotherspoon. Backhands it up the glass and down. And that should take a lot of the steam out of the remainder of this penalty for the Bruins. 10 seconds left on the power play for Florida. Over the line, far side to Brust. Trying to chisel it out, could not. The Bruins pump it to the near circle. Along the near side, they feed it, try to feed it ahead. Frederick swings it back to the net. Wotherspoon to the far side. They're back at full strength. Here's Carlo. He'll drive it in.
Yeah, Laurie tried to go between the legs that time on that little pass. He's tried that before. I kind of gassed that thing. It hasn't really worked trying to get that puck into the middle of the ice to break the puck out.
So each team with some key penalty kills here in this period. And this puck is sent in. I think this is going to be an icing call. Yes? No?
Offside, I believe.
Or do...
Offside, I believe.
That's their 5th of the playoffs. We'll take a timeout. 4:12 left here in the second. 2-1 Panthers here in game 2 on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins radio network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local New England Honda dealers.
Angie's List is now Angie, and we've heard a lot of theories about why.
I thought it was an eco move. Fewer words, less paper.
No, it was so you could say it faster.
No, it's to be more iconic.
Must be a tech thing. But those aren't quite right. It's because now you can compare upfront prices, book a service instantly, and even get your project handled from start to finish.
Sounds easy.
It is, and it makes us so much more than just a list. Get started at Angie.com. That's ANGI, or download the app today.
Exmark mowers are known for their signature cut quality, legendary dependability, and an operator experience unlike any other. Because if something's worth doing, it's worth doing right. Don't miss out on limited time savings going on now at your local dealer.
Do your employees have fears about job security due to the advancements that AI is bringing to the workplace? Do you know how to alleviate those concerns while upskilling your workforce to embrace AI's functionality and efficiencies? Discover how your HR peers are responding to these issues at SHRM 24, the world's largest HR conference, June 23rd through 26th in Chicago, or virtually. Learn more or explore more than 375 other sessions related to the HR topics and issues. Visit shrm.org/SHRM24.
The Celtics play here at the Sports Hub.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins radio network.
Boston. This is Boston's most listened to sports station. Boston's home for sports. 98.5 The Sports Hub. A Beasley Media Group station.
Florida with its 4th power play. Bruins guilty of too many men again here in the playoffs.
And an obvious call. Good call.
Near side Kachuk. Near corner now Barkov. Puck in his feet. The Bruins can close on him as a result. Carlo tries to wrestle it free. Wedged along the near side. And it bounced out to center ice. Montour throws it across the red line. Here's
Lindholm
Kachuk.
had that red. He just couldn't quite catch it.
Back of the net. Carlo. Try to get it free. The Panthers feed it up top. Montour. Dish to the near hash mark. Barkov right of the net. Back to Barkov. Looks across. Up top it comes. Montour. Dish to the right point. Barkov. Shoots over the crossbar. Rim back of the net over to the near side. Held in at the near point by Barkov. Throws it to the right circle. Reinhart up top. Here it comes. And Swayman saw it all the way. And he sucks it in.
Well, I want to go back to that last too many men. We talked about it last game, Judd, in game 1 where the Bruins got caught with too many out there as well. And that was a no-brainer for the referees. But it's the 5th time this playoff it's happened now. And what happened, I believe, was that the Bruins had 2 defensemen out there and Brandon Carlo's out there because he was just coming out of the box. Carlo goes to the bench. The defense on the bench, I'm not sure who it was, sees him coming to the bench and hops out. And they had an obvious 6 guys out on the ice.
Panthers win the draw. Bruins short for another minute. Trailing by a goal here in game 2. Sent out in front. Kicked over to the near side. Barkov near hash. Fed it up top. Montour to Barkov right circle. Montour backs it up looking for a seam. Watched by Zacha. Wings it to the left point. High slot Reinhart. Right of the net now Barkov. Up top now Montour. Dish top right wing circle. Barkov to Montour. Right of the net. Bruins get a piece of that pass. Kachuk relays it back up top. 35 seconds left on the power play. Right circle, Kachuk. Shoots, blocked, rebound Reinhart. Send it into the slot, and it's blocked by Wotherspoon, and down it goes.
Yeah, looking back door again on the rebound chance. Most of that on the outside.
2.5 minutes remaining here in the period. Bruins short for another 15 seconds. Down 2-1 here in game 2. Now Ekblad wheels in. His pass cut off, and the Bruins feather it out.
He was looking in the left wing circle that time for Rodriguez.
Now Rodriguez brings it in. Looking back door. Sent it to the front of the net. It's gloved by Swayman with nobody out in front. And the Bruins are back to full strength, so they've killed it off.
Their penalty killing has kept them in this game. Again here today. So is Swayman. Kept it a 1-goal game. The last 2 penalties have gone against the Bruins.
Bruins have killed 27 of 28 thus far here in the playoffs, and all 7 Florida power plays here in the series. Jim Montgomery was talking this morning about why it's been successful, and he said Our assistant coach, Joe Sacco, develops a plan to put the opposing power play in its most uncomfortable position. Chopped out to center ice. Here's Pasternak with a step.
McAvoy back on the ice for the Bruins.
Good to see.
Repairs.
McAvoy over the red line. Snap to the left point, Van Riemsdyk. He'll rim it around. Pasternak, far hash, bumped into by Losterinen. Far corner, Van Riemsdyk sent it into the slot. It was there for Pasternak. He fanned on the shot.
He's good at that. That backhand pass. Take a quick peek over your shoulder. Talking about Van Riemsdyk. And below the goal line, finding guys out in front. Pasternak was there. May have been bothered just a bit.
Bruins try the stretch pass and will chip it up left wing into the Florida zone. Boquist chasing, wrapped up with Mikkola. Near side, Van Riemsdyk. Tried to cut to the middle and collided with Rodriguez. It's sent around to the far side in the Bruins zone. Far corner, Lawrence. He tied the game on a tip out in front. Now forward, long left wing feed to Maroon over the line left side. Protects the puck. Chop to the near corner. Back of the net, Brazeau crashes in with a minute to go here in the period. As the puck is knuckled back into the Bruins end, or toward the Bruins end. Here's Forbert. Chipped it ahead. Maroon couldn't grab it near side of the red line. Boquist gloves it down. Intercepted by Barkov. He'll wing it in. Swayman brushed it to Wotherspoon. Hooked it up the left side. Brazeau kicked it out to center ice. And now here's Tarasenko, scrambled to the right corner. Got Wotherspoon on his back. Tarasenko to Reinhart. He sent it toward the slot. 25 seconds left here in the period. Forbert. A headman pass. Boquist couldn't snag it.
He's gassed.
Look out. Barkov. Far corner. Back of the net. Threw it out in front. It didn't get to Swayman. Then Swayman the stop with his right leg. There was an opportunity there for Reinhart. He could not elevate it.
Well, they had two chances. He had two opportunities down low. Tarasenko had one of them. I think Reinhart had the other. Tarasenko had the first backhand chance. It was a left pad save made by Swayman. And Reinhart was actually below the goal line trying to reach, so he wasn't going to be able to get enough leverage. But Tarasenko had the first rebound chance.
And Brazeau knocked him down. 11 seconds left here in the second. Shots are 19-12 in favor of the Panthers. They've also had the benefit of the 4 power plays. Beecher in for the draw. Bruins trying to scramble that puck. They pound it up the near side. Don't get it out. Montour shot a roller back of the net. 2 seconds left. They score! The shot from the left point by Forsling finds its way in with 0.3 seconds left. Panthers 3, Bruins 1.
Possession off the face-off. All right, take it right back to that. The Bruins trying to win the draws. Beecher in. They actually get possession off the face-off. Marchand can't clear it. It gets kept in at the right point. The initial shot goes wide, comes all the way back out to that other side. And Forsley's going to take a shot through traffic. It's going to find its way through on Jeremy Swayman. High to the short side from the left point. But they did get possession off the face-off. They're not able to clear the puck.
Now Frederick, after they dropped the puck, he and Stenlund exchange a couple of shots. And the Florida Panthers explode for 3 goals in the second period. So we're at the end of 40 minutes here in Game 2. It's the Panthers 3 and the Bruins 1. Jersey and I will bring you back for the second intermission in a moment. On the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins radio network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local New England Honda dealers.
Exmark mowers are known for their signature cut quality, legendary dependability, and an operator experience unlike any other. Because if something's worth doing, it's worth doing right. Don't miss out on limited time savings going on now at your local dealer.
Jason Tatum plays here.
Tip the entry to Smart. No, what bounce pass to the cutter. Jason Tatum, who lays it up and in with the right hand. And the Celtics are dancing right now. They are Brogdon across half court. And fans headed for the exits. Tatum, pull up 3. Good night. You know what MVPs do? They still got 29. Tatum to the right, pulls up on LeBron. They're isolated, right side of the floor. Tatum spins on the baseline, turns, fades, got it!
This is the home of the Celtics. 98.5 The Sports Hub.
At Enterprise, we know you're constantly on the move. Getting this,
Thanks, Mom.
fixing that. You reach a destination, and then it's on to the next. And when life is moving at the speed of, well, life, Enterprise is right there with you, around the corner and around the globe. We'll keep you moving forward. Enterprise, for lives in drive.
Do your employees have fears about job security due to the advancements that AI is bringing to the workplace? Do you know how to alleviate those concerns while upskilling your workforce to embrace AI's functionality and efficiencies? Discover how your HR peers are responding to these issues at SHRM 24, the world's largest HR conference, June 23rd through 26th in Chicago, or virtually. Learn more or explore more than 375 other sessions related to the HR topics and issues. Visit shrm.org/SHRM24.
What a beautiful day in nature. Take it from a little bug like me. Nothing makes you feel more alive. Oh, whoa, I almost got frogged. That was a close call. But boy, do I feel capital A alive. Luckily for you humans, Nature's Way put that thrilling feeling of aliveness in a bottle. Nature's Way Alive Women's Multivitamin Gummies with 16 vitamins and minerals. Delicious multivitamins inspired by nature. Whoa, better luck next time, pal. Nature's Way.
Hey guys, don't take my word that Blue Chew can get things going in the bedroom. Take hers. And hers. And hers.
Oh, yeah.
Go to BlueChew.com right now and meet online with a licensed medical provider. If you qualify, Blue Chew will give you a free month's supply of chewables with the same active ingredients as Viagra or Cialis for just $5 shipping. Visit BlueChew.com and use the promo code YES for this amazing deal. Got it? Get it. BlueChew.com, promo code YES.
¿Tiene cobertura de Medicaid? Tome medidas para asegurarse de que usted y su familia conserven la cobertura. Es fácil. Solo debe mantener actualizada su información de contacto para que el Estado pueda comunicarse con usted cuando sea su turno de renovar. Asegúrese de estar atento a recibir correspondencia del Estado de Rhode Island. Luego tome medidas de inmediato. Si tiene seguro médico a través de Medicaid, es fácil asegurarse de conservar la cobertura. Para obtener más información o pedir ayuda con su renovación de Medicaid, visite staycovered.ri.gov.
Listen live. Check out our podcast with the 98.5 The Sports Hub app.
Coyle far side. Oh, Montour got pasted. Gave away the puck. Far circle. Sent out in front. They score! Charlie Coyle, his first of the playoffs. Set up by Pavel Zacha. Off the Panthers turnover. Bruins 1, Panthers nothing. That's our Bruins Exceptional Play, presented by Timberline Construction, providing truly exceptional service in construction management, pre-construction, design, build, and due diligence support. Learn more at timberlineconstruction.com. Timberline Construction, exceptional, no exceptions. Well, we've hit the second intermission here in Sunrise, and the Panthers have now moved in front 3-1 over the Bruins here in Game 2. And Beersy, if you look at all three Panthers goals, you could probably trace all three to the Bruins' inability to get pucks out.
Yeah, I mean, certainly you look at the way that those goals occurred. The last one, we kind of talked about the first two already, but the last one, you just killed two penalties back-to-back to keep the game at 2-1. Another too many men on the ice call, by the way, for the Bruins. 5 now in the 9 games that they played. Almost 9 games now complete that they played. So that's got to be cleaned up. Florida has they're attacking, and the Bruins' inability to get pucks out, has hurt them. But the last goal here, so like I said, you just killed 2 penalties. You just have Swayman make a great save on Tarasenko in tight, sealing off the bottom half of the net on a rebound chance. It's a 50-50 puck. You get possession of it. And look, Marchand had a tremendous first period. But he's got to have that puck out of zone. With that much time on the clock, he has a second to make a play, and he tries to go off the glass, up over the defenseman and out, and it's not high enough. The D-man at the right point keeps it in. Shot comes through. Goes a little bit wide to the far side. Panthers get possession back to Forsling at the left point, and he just bombs away with traffic in front of the net. It was one that Swayman never saw, and it goes off of his, over his shoulder, over his right shoulder, his blocker side. And that's with almost no time left on the clock. 0.3 seconds to go, and you had possession of the puck. So, Marchand, great first period. Physical, instrumental in that first goal. The only goal scored by the Bruins had his fingerprints all over the first. You know, he's gonna own that in the locker room, saying that's on me. I got to be better, and he will be better. But he knows that puck's got to be out of the zone there. It's just there's no, or eat it. I mean, if worst comes to worst, but he did have time to make a play there. Maybe not get his feet moving and get up the ice, but to get the puck out of the zone.
Florida Panthers have been much more successful getting bodies and pucks to Jeremy Swayman, in particular bodies.
That's been their game plan, right? I mean, they talked about that coming into today's game, that they needed to get more body. They needed to make life more difficult for Jeremy Swayman. Look, Lawrence's goal is a giveaway by the Bruins, right? So you got two defensemen stuck on the ice in Wotherspoon and Forbert. There's a long line, or a long shift, I should say. The three forwards got off the ice. Now, whoever's on the left side has got to get all the way back into the Bruins zone, and it's the furthest point away from the bench. But Wotherspoon gets the puck on a handoff there from Swayman. He's got a choice. Do I go up the strong side? Or do I bump it back where they're... And it's a read. Do I bump it back behind the net to Forbert, who went over there to support him? And there's no Panthers over on that side. So the decision, under pressure, this wasn't a, not under pressure mistake. He was under pressure, but the wrong decision. There's nobody on the left wing. And because Forbert had gone all the way over, Lawrence is wide open in front of the net. Wide open in front of There's nobody near him. That whole front of the net is all vacated from the right point all the way into Swayman. There's nobody anywhere around it. So maybe Forbert can wait for an extra second. Maybe come on the short side of the net, a little communication, and support him better that way. But he went to the far side, expecting to get that puck bumped back to him over there. And that leaves Lawrence in front. And the other one was a rebound by Barkov. So that's pressure by Florida. McAvoy loses his stick along the wall. And now Florida's going to attack the net. There's a shot that comes through. It was a little deflection, and it hits Swayman. That's why there was a rebound there, or one of the reasons there was a rebound there. And it's Barkov battling with McAvoy trying to get to the puck. McAvoy doesn't have a stick. So Barkov's able to chip it home on the rebound chance.
Scoring summary. In the first, Charlie Coyle is first in the playoffs at 12-12 to give the Bruins a 1-0 lead. And then in the second, Stephen Lawrence is second of the playoffs at 1:56 to tie it. Sasha Barkov's third at 9:49 to put the Panthers in front for the first time. Gustav Forsling, now they've amended the time with 2 seconds left, his first of the playoffs, to make it 3-1 Panthers at the end of 40 minutes. Shots on goal in that second period, 14-6 Florida. Through 2 periods, it's 21-12 in favor of the Panthers. On the power play, the Bruins 0 for 2 and the Panthers 0 for 4. Music of the Game is brought to you by Live Nation. Don't miss Blink 182 One More Time tour live at Fenway Park on July 23rd with special guest Pierce the Veil. Get tickets now at redsox.com/Blink182. Joe Murray has your Sports Hub headlines next on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local New England Honda dealers.
Exmark mowers are known for their signature cut quality, legendary dependability, and an operator experience unlike any other. Because if something's worth doing, it's worth doing right. Don't miss out on limited time savings going on now at your local dealer.
Moments like seeing my son's team cheer him on mean a lot to me. But after being diagnosed with metastatic breast cancer, or MBC, which is breast cancer that has spread to other parts of the body, they mean even more. I take Ibrance, palbociclib.
Ibrance 125 milligram tablets with an aromatase inhibitor is for adults with HR-positive HER2-negative NBC as the first hormonal-based therapy. Ask your doctor about Ibrance and visit Ibrance.com. Ibrance may cause low white blood cell counts that may lead to serious infections. Ibrance may cause severe inflammation of the lungs. Both of these can lead to death. Tell your doctor right away if you have new or worsening symptoms, including trouble breathing, shortness of breath, cough, or chest pain. Before taking Ibrance, tell your doctor if you have fever, chills, or other signs of infection, liver or kidney problems, are or plan to become pregnant, or are breastfeeding. Common side effects include low red blood cell and low platelet counts, infections, tiredness, nausea, sore mouth, abnormalities in liver blood tests, diarrhea, hair thinning or loss, vomiting, rash, and loss of appetite.
Do your employees have fears about job security due to the advancements that AI is bringing to the workplace? Do you know how to alleviate those concerns while upskilling your workforce to embrace AI's functionality and efficiencies? Discover how your HR peers are responding to these issues at SHRM 24, the world's largest HR conference, June 23rd through 26th in Chicago, or virtually. Learn more or explore more than 375 other sessions related to the HR topics and issues. Visit shrm.org/SHRM24.
The bedroom. Guys, that's one place it's better to do things the hard way. The easy part for guys is BlueChew.com. At BlueChew.com, get chewables with the same active ingredients as Viagra or Cialis, but cheaper. Medical consultation, but no doctor's office. Prescriptions, but no pharmacy visit. Try a free month for just $5 shipping using promo code YES at BlueChew.com. Confidence delivered. BlueChew.com. Promo code YES. The easy way to do it the hard way.
The home of the Revs, the Sports Hub. Sports Hub headlines.
All right, 2 games in the NHL tonight. One, of course, underway as the Bruins trailed Florida right now 3-1 going into the third period. One other game tonight, Vancouver and Edmonton finally begin their series. They'll play game 1 tonight with the puck drop at 10 p.m. The Red Sox against a familiar foe. Well, familiar teammate, Chris Sale, making his start tonight for the Braves. It's been all Chris Sale tonight, but Nick Pivetta returned from the IL. Right now, they're down 5-0 in the 7th inning. Celtics took care of business against Cleveland yesterday. They'll play game 2 tomorrow night. Pacers, right now in New York, they lead 75-67. Third quarter, Jalen Brunson left that game with an injury, and the NBA MVP award announced. Nikola Jokic, the winner. Jason Tatum finished 6th. Book a visit to the Boston Bruins Heritage Hall and immerse yourself in the rich 100-year history of the Boston Bruins. Located on the 2nd floor of TD Garden and integrated into their tours at the Sports Museum, Heritage Hall includes the latest technologies, interactive exhibits, games, and exclusive artifacts that bring to life the remarkable moments of the Bruins franchise. To experience it yourself, visit bostonbruins.com/Heritage Hall. I'm Joe Murray, Jen and Bob at the third period next on the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local New England Honda dealer.
¿Tiene cobertura de Medicaid? Tome medidas para asegurarse de que usted y su familia conserven la cobertura. Es fácil. Solo debe mantener actualizada su información de contacto para que el Estado pueda comunicarse con usted cuando sea su turno de renovar. Asegúrese de estar atento a recibir correspondencia del Estado de Rhode Island. Luego tome medidas de inmediato. Si tiene seguro médico a través de Medicaid, es fácil asegurarse de conservar la cobertura. Para obtener más información o pedir ayuda con su renovación de Medicaid, visite staycovered.ri.gov.
On a rainy Sunday, and I was enjoying a peaceful drive before the arrival of the in-laws when...
It's a disaster. That sneaky dog of yours got up on the counter and gobbled up the cake.
So I can pick up...
It's gotta be from the place off Highway 9. Hurry, they're almost here.
Luckily, my Nissan Altima was built to handle the unexpected. With available intelligent all-wheel drive, I was able to save the day without a slip-up.
You made it.
Piece of cake.
Drive the Nissan Altima. Now get 0% APR financing on a new 2024 Nissan Altima SR VC Turbo. Shop at your local Nissan store or at nissanusa.com. Intelligent all-wheel drive cannot prevent collisions or provide enhanced traction in all conditions. Always monitor traffic and weather conditions. For well-qualified buyers, subject to Nissan Motor Acceptance Company credit approval. See dealer for financing details. Ends June 3rd, 2024.
Hey, it's Felger here for Catches Law, New England's injury attorneys since 1986, and now the official law firm of the New England Patriots. With over $2 billion won and over 50 local attorneys that live in the same communities as we do, Catches Law are the experts to turn to when you're injured and you can't work. Catches Law handles more workers' compensation cases than any other law firm in Massachusetts, winning the largest verdicts in the Commonwealth in 2020 and 2021. So let them get to work on your case. There's no fee unless you win. Go to catcheslaw.com to schedule your free consultation today.
Did you know that VA New England Healthcare provides the very best medical care for our nation's heroes? Did you or a loved one serve this great country? You might be eligible for free healthcare. Find out right now by calling 844-VA-CARES. That's 844-VA-CARES. Or visit the VA website at vacares.us. Look, if you or a loved one served this country, get the health care you earned and deserve.
The only place to hear the game, the Sports Hub.
Now it's time to look back at 100 years of Boston Bruins hockey, presented by Granite City Electric.
Puck loose up the boards. Horton knocked it away, and he got knocked down and a stick out of his hands. Here's Krejci up ice with Lucic. Krejci left side. Wrist shot score! David Krejci for the hat trick wins the game, and the Bruins lead the series 3-1.
That was back on this date in 2013. David Krejci completing his hat trick, scoring in overtime. Zdeno Chara had 4 assists. And the Bruins took a 3-1 lead in their first-round series against Toronto with a 4-3 win. That look back at 100 years of Bruins hockey was presented by Granite City Electric Supply, celebrating 100 years of service to electrical contractors and our communities throughout New England. Go to granitecityelectric.com. Well, teams back on the ice. We're about ready to start the third period here in Game 2. Panthers in front 3-1. This series is going to shift to Boston for Games 3 and 4. Game 3 on Friday at TD Garden. Duncan pregame begins at 6:30. Puck drop at 7 o'clock. Bruins working left to right here in this third. And let's see what kind of push they can put together. Here's the other thing we didn't get to in the intermission. The Bruins were down by a goal. They had a power play chance. Sergei Bobrovsky's best save may have come against Charlie Coyle.
Oh, no doubt. It was a good setup. You know, they haven't done a ton on the power play here today, but that was a good setup. I just look at a couple of the goals that were scored here today. You know, Judd, it's good pressure by Florida, but there were a couple plays that were there to be made and that were not made.
Bruins win the draw. We're underway here in the third. McAvoy threw a shoulder into Verhaeghe as the puck is tossed deep. Ekblad nearly stripped of the puck he is. Geeky far circle. Fished it into the slot. He was looking for Pastrnak, who got tripped up.
And that kind of night for Pastrnak. Got tripped up with Geeky right there. Pastrnak has, through 40 minutes, has one shot attempt. Nothing on net. One shot attempt. It was blocked. I believe that was Ekblad that blocked it.
Bruins give the puck away. It's fired on net. Lundell's drive denied by Swayman, and then the Bruins give it away. An inauspicious start.
Leave 2 of them away right there.
Back of the net, here's McAvoy along the near side. He'll zip it up right wing. This doesn't get out. I think it hit the referee, and then the Bruins crank it back into the Florida end.
So far, Judd, this is playing out a lot like some people predicted, where the Bruins are coming off a high, the 7-game, the adrenaline rush, come in here and take advantage of a bit of a rusty Florida team in Game 1, and the Panthers would get to their game in Game 2, and the Bruins might have a little bit of a letdown. Just, okay, we got that win. We wanted a split here in Florida, minimum. We got that first win. And now Florida found their game here in the second period.
No icing here. Swayman has to come back and at least make a move to try and play it. And then Carlo under duress lost it. Reinhart off the post. It's sent out in front. They score! Brandon Carlo's looking back at the referee, complaining there should have been a call, but backdoor. The Panthers get a goal from Lostarina to make it 4-1.
Well, that's the third or fourth turnover that they've had already here in this period. And Carlo's under some pressure as he came around the net there. And it's going to lead to one chance, and then Florida outnumbering the Bruins. They come up the ice. I think he wanted an icing call is what Carlo thought. But Swayman came out to play, so that wasn't it. He gets the forecheck there from Barkov, who's been excellent here today. Barkov gives it to Reinhart. Reinhart tried to go short side high. Gets it right back, and then Luostarinen was actually going to miss the net with his shot, but it banks off of Swayman and goes in.
Montgomery's going to make a goaltending change.
Omark's going to come in now. It is not Swayman's doing here. We've had 3 or 4 turnovers right off the bat. Montgomery having a conversation with Swayman right now. Most likely saying, get yourself ready for game 4. This isn't on you. We'll see, but important, I think, at this juncture of the game, the way this game is going, to get Ullmark some time. And to give Swayman a bit of a rest. But it's not on him. Now, that has to be emphasized. Decisions with the puck. I know Carlo's under some duress there. He thought maybe he got held. But that was the 3rd or 4th turnover they've had already in this period, and we're a minute and a half in.
Wow. So Ullmark can goal to our left. He absorbed the loss in Game 2 against the Maple Leafs. That's his only appearance thus far here in the playoffs. He stopped 31 of 34. So the Bruins down by 3 as the Panthers have scored 4 unanswered. Now near corner, Frederick in the Florida end. Digging away. Van Riemsdyk right at the net. Brazeau with a shot, and that goes off Bobrovsky and over the glass.
Yeah, just and through 2 periods, the shot attempts were 57 to 30 in favor of Florida. That's how much they've had the puck in Boston's end. So sometimes those numbers can be inflated, but that isn't shots on goal. That's shot attempts. That shows you how much they've been in their end, had possession of the puck, or caused issues for the Bruins in that area.
Face-off right circle, the Panthers end. 18 left here in the third. Head to Luostarinen with his first of the playoffs. A minute and 28 into the period makes it 4-1.
And he would have missed the net. The puck was going back through the crease the other way, and it banked off a Swayman and went in.
Now Brazeau digging away down low in the Florida end. Up to the right point, McAvoy. Near side, Van Riemsdyk let it roll. Frederick centered, and Brazeau couldn't get his stick down. And it comes back to Ullmark. He'll brush it to the far circle. When the Bruins have had some zone time in the Florida end, they've generated chances, generated penalties. Stenlund whistles it in off a Bruin stick.
3 of the goals have come off of Bruins turnovers trying to get out of their own end. 3 of the 4.
Maroon chugging after it along the far side. Had it whacked off his stick. And the Panthers will exit. Monter along the near side. Had it chopped off his stick by Beecher and back into the Florida end. 17:20 remaining here in the third. Florida 4, Bruins 1. Forsling. He'll scramble up the middle. Snapped it ahead off a Bruins stick. Ullmark's got to play it. There's a discarded stick in the far corner of the Bruins end. Marchand, who set up the opening goal. The Bruins led this game 1-0 at the end of 1. Bruins chop it down low. Bobrovsky, a late play to chop it back to the net. Oh, Forsling just got out of the way of a hit. He nearly got tattooed. And now Verhaeghe over the line. 2-on-1, right circle shoots. Ullmark a glove save. And Lindholm chipped it ahead. The Bruins guided up the middle out to center ice for Coyle. Now to Brusque, right circle. Coyle chasing after the puck along the near side. Knocked Forsling off stride. And the Panthers get to it. Here's Ekblad. He'll hoist it out to center ice. Behind the play, Ekblad locked up with DeBrusque as it's backhanded deep into the Bruins end. Far corner, Tarasenko to the far side, up to the right point, Kulikov. Now Barkov wings it down low. Tarasenko out of his reach. We barely called his name in game 1. Much more noticeable here in game 2.
Much might be an overstatement. More noticeable.
More, how's that? Okay.
The bar wasn't set very high.
DeBrusque rolls the puck down the left wing boards and deep into the Panthers' end. Ekman Larsson hits the brakes behind his net and outlet up the far side. And it's cranked back into the Bruins zone. The Florida Panthers are hoping to get Sam Bennett back maybe for one of the games in Boston. He's missed the first 2 after he got hurt in Game 2 against the Tampa Bay Lightning. He did not skate today, but he is going to make the trip, Paul Maurice said. Rodriguez lost the puck near side. Lostarinen helping him out. Pinned along the wall by Zacha. Left to the net, Rodriguez. Skates back to the cage. Far corner, Lohrei trying to pry it free. Gets a little help from Zacha. We played almost 5 minutes here in the third. The Panthers have extended their lead to 4-1 here in Game 2. And the Bruins sail one back into the Florida end. They'll go for a change. Back in his zone up Poso. Almost fumbled the puck. Paul Maurice wants a change. He's tying John Tortorella tonight for the fifth most playoff games ever coached in Stanley Cup playoff history. This is his 120th game behind the bench in the playoffs. Far side, Cousins tossed it back to the net. Lawrence centered. Oposo far side, twisting, right corner. Tap to the far side. Fumbled by Lawrence. It's rimmed around to the near side. The Bruins wedge it to the near point. Can't get it out. Van Riemsdyk trying to stay with it. Near hash, scooped up by Wotherspoon. Whistles it to Forbert. And out to center ice it comes. Here's Frederick over the line right side. Across, deflected. Van Riemsdyk chopped it off the side of the cage. Far hash now Maroon up top. Sizzled to the right corner. Frederick tried to tip it. And now Cousins. Took a hit from Maroon. Doesn't saw him coming. Back of the net. Maroon creates a turnover on Forsling. Ekblad comes to help out. Driven to the far side, and Verhaeghe skates it out to center ice. And the Bruins snag it from him there. 13:40 left here in the third. 4-1 Panthers. Here's Beecher digging away into the right corner. Took a hip check from Ekman Larson. He went down. And then Tkachuk with a reverse hit on Beecher. Tkachuk got pasted by Marchand in the first period. And out at center ice, the Bruins, it was gloved by Lindholm, skated back in by Barkov, sent it to the slot. Kulikov had moved up. And the Bruins pry it free.
A good back check there. McAvoy able to get the stick lift.
Here's Maroon. He'll punch it to the far corner. Brushed off the check from Reinhart. Sent up the left side. Barkov knocked it out of midair. That was close to a high stick. And now Marchand to the middle. DeBrusque got out of the way of a Barkov check, and it sailed back out to center ice. 12:49 left here in the third. 4-1 Panthers here in Game 2. Puck sizzled back into the Bruins' end. Wotherspoon back to get it. Panthers doing some changing. Here's Wotherspoon. Left wing feed. And Marchand couldn't hold it. On the counter, Rodriguez to the right circle. Stenlund, his shot, missed the target. Along the near side, Rodriguez. Near point. Shot at left corner. Now Lohrei trying to close on Lostarinen. At the end boards, Wotherspoon delivering some punishment.
Marchand just lifted his stick. Rodriguez's stick right out of his hands. That happened earlier to Lohrei where they got to him.
And Rodriguez went to go play for a puck after it was already sent out to the neutral zone. So we'll take a timeout here. 12:02 left here in the third. Panthers 4 and the Bruins 1 here in Game 2 on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network. Driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local New England Honda dealers.
Exmark mowers are known for their signature cut quality, legendary dependability, and an operator experience unlike any other. Because if something's worth doing, it's worth doing right. Don't miss out on limited time savings going on now at your local dealer.
This Mother's Day, Josh Sellers invites you to call a mom in your life. Show your love and get the chance to win a $12,000 experience. Details at joshsellers.com/callyourmom. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited or restricted. Open to U.S. residents 21+. Terms, conditions, and state exclusions apply. Contest ends 5/12/24. Subject to official rules. Available at joshsellers.com/callyourmom. Sponsor Deutsche Family Wine and Spirits, Stamford, Connecticut.
Do your employees have fears about job security due to the advancements that AI is bringing to the workplace? Do you know how to alleviate those concerns while upskilling your workforce to embrace AI's functionality and efficiencies? Discover how your HR peers are responding to these issues at SHRM 24, the world's largest HR conference, June 23rd through 26th in Chicago, or virtually. Learn more or explore more than 375 other sessions related to the HR topics and issues. Visit shrm.org/SHRM24.
Listen to Felger and Naz, afternoons 2 to 6 on the Sports Hub.
Whose mom would love an ultimate Bruins game day experience for Mother's Day? Submit a photo of you and your mom repping the black and gold to enter for the chance to bring your mom to watch the Bruins live in round 2, game 4 on Sunday at 6:30 p.m. at TD Garden. A $100 Banners gift certificate and a pro shop powered by 47 prize pack. Visit bostonbruins.com/Mother's Day giveaway to enter now. Face off in front of the Bruins bench. I think the linesman is having a little discussion with Jim Montgomery. Maybe they are barking about what they felt should have been an icing call on Florida's 4th goal here early in the 3rd.
Well, possibly, but I mean, Swayman came out to play it, and that's automatically you wave it off. But they might have waved it off right away, which might have been the complaint. But again, possession of the puck coming back into the zone. Under pressure. Most of the Panthers have, and the Bruins, to this point anyhow, have crashed a little bit, right? They don't have a shot on goal. We're just over 11 minutes to go here in the 3rd. In this period, they don't have a shot on goal.
Florida with 3, including the one that found its way in from Losterinen. Now Frederick, far corner of his zone end, rimmed it up the far side, out to center ice, grabbed by McAvoy just before he changed. Sent into the Florida slot. Montour, hounded by Brazo. Brazo finished him hard at the end boards. Near side Stenlund, up the middle to Montour. He'll smack it into the right corner. Round it comes. Oh, Rodriguez just got labeled in the near corner by Carlo. Up the middle, 3-on-2. Here's Frederick over the line. Van Riemsdyk, his pass across, picked off. Good back check there by Losterinen. And out at center ice, Van Riemsdyk.
Everybody coming together in between the two benches right now.
They haven't blown the whistle, have they?
There should be a couple penalties here. These guys, they don't want to get this. They're going to let it go, though. Some punches being thrown there. Okay, call nobody. That's all right. But it could get a little, certainly in the old days, it could get a little testy in the situation.
10 minutes remaining here in regulation. 4-1 Panthers. Here's Ekman Larsson.
Ooh, that's
his pass deflected over the short glass and it got drilled into the stands. Looked like somebody was able to glove that cleanly, so we've got to stop. Now Ekman Larsson takes a little shot from Patrick Maroon.
Well, the first one he took was from Beecher.
10:05 left here in the 3rd. Faceoff will be in the center circle. Beecher, Maroon, and Boquist out there for Jim Montgomery. Hoyle opened the scoring, then Lawrence, Barkov, and Forsling scored in the 2nd period, and that last goal came with under 2 seconds remaining. Losterinen the lone goal here in the 3rd. Bruins send the puck up the far side, all the way back into the Florida end. Ekman Larsson chopped it back in the cage. Maroon digging away in the near corner. Lawrence, he got hit by Beecher. And Lawrence, a little uncomfortable. He's going to head back to the bench. I don't know if there's a problem with his skate or not. As Allmark will step in and cover the puck at the other end.
Maroon got locked up again, that shift right there. There's a lot of barking going back up the ice. We're going to have a commercial timeout here.
Maroon having a conversation with Cousins along the near side. And the referee comes over to separate those two. Let's take a timeout here. 4-1 Panthers, 9:35 left here in the 3rd period on the 98.5, the Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local New England Honda dealers.
Exmark mowers are known for their signature cut quality, legendary dependability, and an operator experience unlike any other. Because if something's worth doing, it's worth doing right. Don't miss out on limited time savings going on now at your local dealer.
At Enterprise, we know you're constantly on the move. Getting this?
Thanks, Mom.
Fixing that. You reach a destination. And then it's on to the next. And when life is moving at the speed of, well, life, Enterprise is right there with you. Around the corner and around the globe. We'll keep you moving forward. Enterprise. For lives in drive.
The bedroom. Guys, that's one place it's better to do things the hard way. The easy part for guys is BlueChew.com. At BlueChew.com, get chewables with the same active ingredients as Viagra or Cialis, but cheaper. Medical consultation, but no doctor's office. Prescriptions, but no pharmacy visit. Try a free month for just $5 shipping using promo code YES at BlueChew.com. Confidence delivered. BlueChew.com. Promo code YES. The easy way to do it the hard way.
The home of the Bees, the Sports Hub.
Well, it looks like Patrick Maroon has been issued a 10-minute misconduct.
Yeah, we said it. You know, when everybody came together between the two benches on that line change there, we figured they'd call a couple penalties there to try to get out in front of this thing, just in case it started to get out of hand. Maroon really didn't do anything. He came over and just got in Cousins' face. He didn't do anything, didn't punch him, he just grabbed him by the jersey. Referee came over and said, "You're gone." And instead of giving him 2, we gave him 10. We just, okay. And with 9.5 minutes to go, they'll sit the rest of it out in the locker room. And now they'll try to stay in front of it. They did give him 2 and 10. I don't know where the 2 was.
Man. They gave him 2 for roughing.
Yeah, he didn't do anything. We saw the whole highlight.
That can't be roughing. Left point, Montour fell down. The Bruins dig it out, and it shoveled in.
It's not. I mean, yeah, there's some time left, but it's most likely not that big of a deal.
I understand the 10-minute misconduct.
Yeah. I didn't know they gave him the 2.
I had no idea either. After I saw him lining up for the faceoff in the slot, Barkov shoots, he scores! He went high blocker on Omar, and it's 5-1 Florida.
Miscommunication between Coyle and Marchand out high. Almost near the blue line. The Bruins had an opportunity to clear this puck, but a little miscommunication. And it's a give and go with Barkov. Getting it back from the right side from Reinhart. I mean, the Bruins snuffed this out, and then Marchand and Coyle were coming together for the puck, and neither one of them plays it. And then a give and go. Barkov to the right, gets it return pass, and he puts this one home. And Tkachuk and Coyle. Tkachuk just giving it to Coyle, and Coyle gives him a whack back. And
that's the first power play goal scored in the series, and for the Bruins, only the second that they've allowed. Granted, it comes in garbage time.
You're going to give one up. Give it up now.
There's some jousting going on right now as the puck is driven deep into the Bruins zone. We got an icing call here on Florida. It's 5-1 Panthers.
Around the NHL, presented by Massachusetts Health Connector. Act now and get covered at mahealthconnector.org. One of the game tonight. It's about ready to get underway here. It's scheduled for a 10 o'clock start. Game 1. Edmonton taking on Vancouver.
Bruins still without a shot on goal here in the period. They're stuck on 12. The Panthers 2 goals on 5 shots here in the third. Bruins win the draw. Up top, Wotherspoon. And Bobrovsky saw it, made the stop. And then Ekman Larson out in front, jousting out in front. And now all of a sudden, Florida's going to try and take some liberties.
Frederick
and Wotherspoon and Frederick dive in. Frederick with the helmet off. He's firing right hands at Lostarinen.
He got buried from behind with a cross check. Frederick did. After the whistle in front.
Forbert's on top of one of the Panthers. Wotherspoon.
Kulikov's on top of one of the Bruins.
That was Brazo.
I got to see who cross-checked that Frederick there. He's pushing and shoving to start it. First shot came on goal. Van Riemsdyk and who was that right there?
Rodriguez.
Rodriguez got him good, right in the back, coming into that scrum.
And Brazo got locked up with Kulikov right on the apron of the net.
He got him twisted around there. Well, we'll see how they call this one, but.
Well, the Bruins have been shorthanded 5 times in the games, on the power play twice. Now, granted, some of those minor penalties earned by the Bruins.
Frederick threw a couple of bombs on Lusterana. He still had his gloves on, everything else. So, not bombs, but he threw a couple punches.
Cross check. Florida 27, 10-minute misconduct. Boston 11, 10-minute misconduct. Boston 55, 10-minute misconduct. Florida 7, 10-minute misconduct.
So I think the two for that cross check that we saw will be the extra 2. Everybody else got 10-minute misconducts.
Frederick barking at the home penalty box to his right.
There's nobody in it. There's nobody there. Is there?
I thought Ekman Larson might have been in the box.
Oh, maybe he is. Yeah. Okay. I can't see everybody standing up down there in front, so I can't tell.
And now Paul Maurice wants an explanation from the referee. Yeah. So just under 9 minutes remaining in the third. And the Bruins trailing 5-1. They were victorious 5-1 in game 1. Paul Maurice having a long discussion with Jean Hebert.
I think they wanted a little extra on Frederick, probably. He's got the gloves off, throwing a couple punches. But as some people would say, if you're in a scrum and everybody's involved, that's an invitation to get it going.
Wonder how his helmet got knocked off.
Good question. So that first few shifts of the game early in the first period. Brazo.
Face off in front of the Panthers bench.
Good point, Judge.
So the Bruins going to the power play, trailing 5-1. That last goal, Barkov from Reinhart at 10:52. So Barkov, 2 goals, 1 assist here tonight.
He's been a force.
You know, Paul Maurice had talked about just how talented he is offensively. He said he's capable of great things, but he prioritizes winning over that. Let's see what these last 9 minutes look like here in regulation.
I don't know if they got the cross check by. They didn't get it by Rodriguez. That's Ekman Larson in the box for the 2 extra minutes.
Bruins swing the puck into the right corner. Coyle's chasing after it. Ekblad didn't touch the puck.
Frederick could have easily had 2 extra there.
Here's McAvoy. Far circle. DeBrusque sent it looking for Marchand. Marchand's got it. He'll peel to the right corner. Marchand flipped it to DeBrusque in the half wall. He lost it. Lundell got a little help from Stenlund, and he'll wander across the Bruins line, flip it into the slot, and then he's taken off the puck by McAvoy. 1:23 left on this Bruins power play. Pasternak lifts it into the right corner. Nikola hold him up from trying to get to that. And now here come the Panthers of the line high slot to the left circle. It's Barkov walks in, send it out in front. They score. Montour out in front, a short-handed goal. Panthers 6, Bruins 1.
Here we go.
This is all to the right of Linus Ullmark. David Pastrnak grabs a partner. DeBrusk battling just at the bottom of the right wing circle. Montour has somebody pinned against the wall. Mikkel is on top now of one of the Bruins.
It was McAvoy on top of him now. Mikkel has flipped it. They all started after Montour scored. So Barkov walked in alone from the left. He centered it for Montour. Montour just stood there right in front of Marchand with his arms up and in front of Linus Ullmark, kind of taunting. The Bruins took exception. So Montour knocked down Marchand in front. Then he just stood there looking at him.
Montour took down
Marchand, and then he scores the goal. And then he turned around and stood there, looked right at Marchand, right in his face with the arms up. Didn't celebrate with his teammates, and so that drew everybody in.
I think these referees have just lost control. Montour.
Well, what are they doing? They're sending everybody down. They could have done it a little earlier, but they're just sending guys off now. That's all they can do. They're not. I don't think so. I think they're sending guys down now.
But Marchand has his feet completely taken out.
No, well, they missed that. Yeah. But I don't, in the sense of losing control, they're kicking guys out of the game.
That I understand.
Yeah, but they obviously missed that.
So we'll have some more penalties called here. Tkachuk is still barking away with Pastrnak. And this is going to set the stage for a tremendous Game 3 in Boston on Friday.
I think it sets it for a tremendous series. This, both teams, 6-1 now, both teams with blowout wins. I think Game 1 was probably a little bit closer than the score indicated. Tonight wasn't. There hasn't been. There's still 8 minutes to go, but, Florida's dictated, and they pushed their will here today. There's no question.
So the off-ice crew cleans up some of the rats that were chucked on the ice.
And number 63, and then Florida 77 and 13. All four guys have 10-minute misconduct.
So the manpower situation doesn't change. Jim Montgomery's chatting away with one of the referees. Paul Maurice wants an audience with the other. Eight minutes to go here in the third period. The Panthers with 3 in the second, 2 here in the third, have opened up a 6-1 lead. For the Bruins, that's the first shorthanded goal that they have allowed here in the playoffs. The Panthers have 2.
A lot of room on those benches.
I don't think we're done with some of the activity. Geeky's going to step in and take the draw against Lundell. And the Bruins win it. Here's Lohrei. Peels back into his own zone, up the middle. Now Geeky denied at the blue line, and Lohrei will trudge back and grab it. Here's Lohrei up right wing to Geeky. Center circle. He'll slam it into the right corner. Round it comes. Back of the net. Lindholm chopped it behind the cage. It's held in by Lohrei's glove. Right point now Van Riemsdyk. Wings it across. Left point held in by Lindholm. His pass kicked behind the net by Florida. They drill it to the far side all the way down. 25 seconds left on the Ekman-Larsson penalty.
Here we go.
Out at center ice, it's Pastrnak dropping him with Tkachuk.
What's he doing?
Tkachuk a couple of right hands, and Pastrnak goes down. Pastrnak gets up. He wants to fire a couple lefts. He's still firing them.
Look, for Pastrnak, good on him in terms of he's fighting a tough guy right there. They were chirping at one another when they were explaining the penalties. And then Kachuk and him were chirping when they both went to the benches. I just do not want to see a guy like David Pastrnak getting hurt in a fight like that. Good on him to stand in there.
Full marks.
They both came off the bench to do it. You know, they both went down the hallway towards the locker room. That's Pastrnak. He's trying to be a leader right there. He's had a rough night in terms of generating scoring chances. There really hasn't been much for the Bruins. They have 13 shots on goal for the game. They've got one this period. You just don't want to see something like, and not so much a punch, but a shoulder. He did take one, but he threw a couple when the linesmen both had a hold of Kachuk. They were letting Pastrnak go. The referee had to come over and kind of grab him.
Face off of the far dot, just in front of the Bruins bench. They both came off the bench. You're exactly right. Dropped the gloves.
Yeah. Well, because they were yelling at each other, so something was going to happen there. I didn't know if he dropped the gloves with him, though.
Hallmark gloves the puck after it sizzled down. There's still 7 minutes to go here in the game. Up the right side now, Boquist. He'll drill it in. Around it comes. And the Panthers will dig it free and send it down. Ekman Larsson hops out of the box, so that'll do it for the Bruins power play.
That might kind of end it right there. But it could change in a hurry.
Bobrovsky back of the net. Fed it around to the near side. Beecher protects it for DeBrusk. DeBrusk swings it toward the front of the net. Forsling sent it over to the near side. Forbert came down low. And it's dribbled into the slot. Here's Lindholm. Shoots wide. Bobrovsky bats it back of the net. Boquist. Lawrence has lost his stick, and then he finished Boquist. Out at center ice, grabbed by Van Riemsdyk. Dished it to Forbert. What little players there are left have now hopped onto the ice. Both benches, lots of room. After all the 10-minute misconduct, puck fired from the far circle. Bobrovsky kicks out the left leg. And it's brought in 3-on-2. Verhaeghe shoots. Hallmark came out, made the save. They may have hit him in the head.
Way out.
Out at center ice, here's Ekman Larsson. Bangs it back in. Our corner now, Carlo. 5:50 left here in the third. 6-1 Florida here in game 2. Up the middle, Zacha lost it off his skate. Rodriguez will come in. Into the high slot. It's fired by Stenlund and gloved.
Oh,
and then Wotherspoon with a little shot to the back of Lundell's legs, and down he went.
What a flop that was. Wotherspoon's going to go, but come on.
We'll take a timeout. 5:38 left here in the third. Panthers 6 and the Bruins 1 here in game 2 on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network, driven by the versatile Honda CR-V at your local New England Honda dealers.
Exmark mowers are known for their signature cut quality, legendary dependability, and an operator experience unlike any other. Because if something's worth doing, it's worth doing right. Don't miss out on limited time savings going on now at your local dealer.
Do your employees have fears about job security due to the advancements that AI is bringing to the workplace? Do you know how to alleviate those concerns while upskilling your workforce to embrace AI's functionality and efficiencies? Discover how your HR peers are responding to these issues at SHRM 24, the world's largest HR conference, June 23rd through 26th in Chicago, or virtually. Learn more or explore more than 375 other sessions related to the HR topics and issues. Visit shrm.org/SHRM24.
The games play here.
Right there, Pastrnak steers it to the left corner. Krejci's got it. Right circle, Pastrnak fires, he scores! David Pastrnak!
Jones under center, a give to Stevenson, runs it through the right side.
Go!
Goal, bounces outside the 20. Goodbye to the 10, to the 5, end zone bound! Patriots take the lead! Touchdown, New England!
Bang, bang, 2!
You're listening to 98.5 The Sports Hub. Stay tuned for more.
There's nothing quite like the Honda Accord Hybrid and the CR-V Hybrid when it comes to exhilarating efficiency. But what truly makes these hybrids special is the unwavering determination that inspires everything we do. Visit your local Honda dealer or shop online today.
Connect with with Boston's home for sports online. 98.5thesportshub.com.
Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins Radio Network.
Boston, this is Boston's most listened to sports station. Boston's home for sports. 95 The Sports Hub. A Beasley Media Group station.
Face off near circle. The Bruins and Parker Wotherspoon off 2 for a chop.
Yeah, well, you want to call that a chop?
Now the high slot. Rodriguez with a drive, kicked out by Omar.
Love tap to the back of the leg of Lundell. And they're going to give him 2 for it because it's after the whistle and everything else. But Lundell was.
Trainer came out to make sure.
Oh my gosh.
Puck chip to the near point in the Bruins zone. Ekman Larson threw it back of the net. Cut off by Forbert. Backhands it far side, and Beecher will crank it all the way down. 5 minutes to go here in regulation. Bobrovsky stops it back of the net. Up the left side, Ekman Larson. His pass Zaka got a piece of, and the Bruins will rattle it all the way back into the Florida end. Here's Rodriguez up the right side.
You'd be happy to know that Lundell has made a miraculous recovery and is on the ice.
On the power play. Good for him. Far corner of Pozo. Stripped to the puck. Lohrei dished it up the far glass, and down it goes with 4.5 minutes remaining. Back of his net now, Forsling. He'll scoot up the middle to the center circle. He scored a damaging goal in this game with just under 2 seconds remaining in the second period to make it 3-1 Florida. Now it's sent into the slot. Here's a shot by Beecher, and it's denied by Bobrovsky. The puck floats behind the net as Beecher had a chance to notch a goal.
Yeah, got a nice little feed, got behind the defenseman with his speed, but he tried to go forehand, backhand, and slide that puck 5-hole. Bobrovsky stayed with him. He has not had much to do this period.
Bob
more throughout the game.
In his first 6 starts for the playoffs, Bob has an .890 save percentage.
Yeah.
Left point now, Ekman Larson. As the Bruins return to full strength, Omar gloves it, and we've got to stop.
Fans, hockey season is Peerless Boiler season. Replace your old boiler and water heater with a new Peerless Boiler and Pavilion tankless water heater. Find your local dealer at peerlessboilers.com. And remember, Peerless Boilers, the world's best built boilers.
Asav left circle, the Bruins end. Lawrence will step out and take it. He tied the game in the second period. The Bruins had a 1-0 lead in this one on a Charlie Coyle goal as the Bruins rattle it all the way down. We got an icing call here. And the assists on that opening goal, Pavel Zacha, Brad Marchand. With those feats, the Shots and Star Market Foundation donates another $200 to the Greater Boston Food Bank to help fight food insecurity. Learn more about feeding the puck for families at 985thesportshub.com/feedthepuck.
You know, some people might think it sounds funny, but it's almost good to get this one out of your system. Just take your beating and be ready to go when you go back home. You got your split here in Florida. Now it's time to go to work back at the TD Garden. You're into this series now. You know what to expect. If you thought it was going to be easy after game 1, you know, you got a pretty good lesson today. But I think it was maybe not 6-1, Judd, but I think it was predictable in the sense that the Bruins just had 48 hours after winning game 1, and they came down, and Florida went up. And Florida got to their game and elevated, and you know, they played well when the game was still on the line. They played extremely well in forcing the Bruins into errors.
Ekblad threw it to the front of the net. Good stop by Ullmark through some traffic. Chopped by Zacha onto the blue line, apparently over the blue line, and we've got an offside here.
And always go back to the cliche that you're never as good as you think you are, you're never as bad as you think you are, and you're going to come out of this game, you're going to identify the areas that need to be better, which are no surprise. Because the goals that counted in this game were Bruins turnovers. Or Florida's forecheck. However you want to, whichever side you want to look at it from.
That was the whole
game plan coming in. And then getting people to the front of the net. But it's off the turnovers.
In the first round against the Maple Leafs, we didn't really talk about puck management a whole lot.
No.
But against the Florida Panthers, a team that is built differently, plays differently, puck management at a premium.
And Toronto dumped the puck in a lot, but Florida's mastered it. You know, how to establish the forecheck off of that.
Here's Forsling. He'll scoot up the left side. He's got Coyle dogging him as it's cranked around to the far side. 2 minutes to go here in regulation. Panthers 6, Bruins 1. Forsling shoots, gloved by Ullmark. And he held it for too long after he threw it down, so we've got a whistle. With 2 minutes to go. By the way, the Providence Bruins in the playoffs tonight. And that game has just gone final. The Hartford Wolfpack won it in overtime 3-2. That series was tied at 1 heading into tonight's action. Bruins bang the puck over to the far side. Beecher set it up for Carlo. He'll lift it just inside the Florida line. Bobrovsky dished it to the far side. Stenlund got it by Beecher. And out to center ice. DeBrusk had lost his stick. Over the line right side. It's sent by Rodriguez back of the net. Wrench to the far corner. Forbert chopped it over to the far side right point. Montour. He'll sling it off the surface. That got deflected after Tarasenko got dumped in the slot by Forbert, who's giving it to him right now. 1:29 left here in the third. And the Panthers on top 6-1. Well, the fans did not stick around to celebrate.
Came over to give Montour a little shove.
This place is emptied out. Face-off far circle in the Bruins zone. The Panthers have it. Ekblad fires. That snapped the Bruins stick, and it's sizzled back of the cage by Lawrence. Back of the Bruins net, it's Wotherspoon to the near side. Zacha. Now Boquist guides it ahead and out to center ice with 1:13 remaining here in regulation. Wotherspoon retrieves. He'll scoot back of his net. He'll bank it up the left side. Van Riemsdyk. There's only a handful of guys on either bench at this point with all the penalties that were called here in the period. Now Wotherspoon walks it up the middle. Out to center ice at the red line. He'll drill it in. 50 seconds remaining in this one. Coyle cranked it around to the far side. Beecher finished his check as this puck is sent back to neutral ice. Lohrei back into his own zone. And the puck is deflected deep. Bobrovsky back to play it. He'll throw it to the far side with 30 seconds remaining. Up the left side, Rodriguez with 23. He'll toss it into the Bruins zone. 20 seconds left. Bruins guide it down low. Bobrovsky out to play it. Instructed to leave it back of the net by Lawrence. So it was the Bruins in game 1 winning decisively. And here in game 2, it's Florida that wins a lopsided affair. This series is tied at 1. Sasha Barkov with 2 goals and 2 assists here tonight as the Florida Panthers roar back with 6 unanswered goals. Your final here tonight in game 2. Panthers 6 and the Bruins 1. Here's and I will bring you back for the postgame show in a moment on the 98.5 The Sports Hub Bruins